Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello, everyone.
What up, everybody? It's good to see ya. Happy Tuesday. Hanging out with the ladies, and they're still on blue screen. It's good to see you guys. Good morning. Now let's do a morning test. Last night test, I give a C+. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. What's up, motherfuckers? What's up, Joker? How are you? It's good to see you guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Guys, I think what I'm going to do today is do the show today in the morning, right now. And then I think I'm going to go get the phone, like I was talking about, after the show, in between the next show. That way we have the show, the phone ready, and I already got all the other parts, so that way when Jeremy has time, we already have a new phone, we have the new gimbal, we got everything set up. Yeah, thank you! Shout out to Yessie.
I'm not just whistling Dixie, no. I'm singing you a Bayou Serenade, I guarantee.
I missed the commercials with him, dude. I guarantee. No, Kiss, good morning. Eric, good morning. No, I'm not going out tonight, Allison. What I wanted to do is all those pieces that we bought that I spent $800 on, finally got all of them from Amazon the other day. But I figured, I don't know if the weight of the iPhone's different. Or even if it's slightly different, heavier or lighter, it's going to throw the counterbalance off. So if I don't buy a phone now, and I balance it with the current phone and then switch to the new phone next week, next month, whatever, we may have to rebalance it. No, and I don't want to have to go through all that. I'm already a pain in the ass to Jeremy and everybody else that has to help me with that stuff. So I just try to, minimize their pain. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Unfortunately, my skill set isn't very good when it comes to that kind of stuff, so I shy away from it just because I don't want to break anything, and I just would rather pay somebody to do it right than me try to do it for free and not have it set up properly or break something. So that's just my thoughts on it. And like I said, my phone is a 12. This is a 15, so you gotta think in 3 years' time the camera should be a little better, and if it's not, that's pretty fucking sad, Apple. But I know how EA does it. They shit in a box with Madden every year, and it's the same fucking Madden, just with a different cover. Maybe one new thing added. So, that's my only... But it's also not just for the camera. Remember, it's for the phone, too. Here we go. For the battery for the phone, because my phone battery is 3 years old now. It's charged a million times.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this meeting of your Los Angeles City Council. Today is Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. I'm Paul Krikorian, President of the Council, and we're ready to begin today's meeting. Public comment will be taken today both in person here in the Council chambers
just in time,
and via teleconference for today's meeting. Madam Clerk, if you could please call the roll.
Blumenfield, De Leon, Harris, Dawson, Hernandez, Krikorian, Lee, McCosker, Padilla, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez.
Just in time, too.
Martinez,
Look, for him and for them.
11 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
Just perfect
Thank
time.
you very much. First order of business.
No, stinks already ate.
Approval of the minutes of October 6, 2023.
Councilmember
Look,
Park.
I tell you all the time, he wakes me up by Eskimo kissing me. Like, he sticks his nose on my nose, and his nose is wet. It's cold, it's wet, and it's like you wake up and you're like, huh? And you have his nose stuck to your nose, but not today. Today, he decided to actually push his nose into my nose. Like that. Like he was ramming it. He was pushing it till I'd wake up. Must have been extra hungry.
Ready, begin.
I don't know what that's all about.
Flag of the United States of America.
When is Biden speaking? He's dead, Mike. Just like you.
Under God, indivisible, with liberty.
You're waiting for a dead guy to speak? Good luck on that one.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, let's run
And the
through
word
these
would
items.
be not
Yes,
speaking,
sir.
it would be
Items
babble.
1 and 2 are items noticed for public hearing.
Babble
Items 3
would
through
be the word you
18
should have
are
used in that
items which public
sentence.
hearings have
Babble.
been
When
held.
is he going to
For the
babble?
record, item number 3 is the proposed issuance of the Municipal Corporation
Think it's just
of
love,
Los
Jim? I
Angeles
don't know.
Lease Revenue
I think it's
Bonds
hunger.
Series
He's hungry. He wants to get up and he wants me to get up
2023-A
and feed him.
capital equipment and real property.
I don't think he'd do that if
Items
he had
19
food.
through 24 are items which public hearings have not been held. Items 25 through 28 are closed session items considered by the Budget and Finance and Innovation Committee. 10 votes are required for consideration, sir.
Without objection, those items are now before us. Do members have any items that they would like to call special? Any items to be called special on my left? Councilmember Blumenfield.
Yes, item 18 for a technical amendment. The clerk has it.
Okay. If we could ask the city attorney to read in the amendment, please.
Would you look at
The
my
motion
gut
reads
for?
that I move that item number 18 be amended to adopt the following
Shit, yeah.
recommendation
Look at him,
in
dude, he
lieu
looks
of the
slick today.
recommendation of that report with the changes
Fantastic
indicated below.
Sam's cuts, looking
Amend
good
the
still.
council action of March 23rd, 2021, relative to the vacation of the alley easterly of Reseda Boulevard from Irwin Street to approximately 153 feet northerly of Bessemer Street, VAC-E1401262, to delete conditions 5A through B, and to adopt the following conditions in lieu of conditions 6A through B of the Bureau of
He
Engineering
dyed his hair? You
report
think that's
dated
dyed?
October
I don't think
13,
that's dyed.
2016, attached to
How many
the
people
council
think
file.
that's dyed hair? I don't think
And
so.
then the,
He's a young dude. I mean, look at his face. He doesn't have one
The
fucking
new
hair on his
conditions would be as
face.
follows.
He's kind of got a widow's peak, but he's got
That
not
the
one hair
following
on his face. He
improvement
can't even grow
be
a beard.
constructed adjoining the petitioner's property.
Never has there been a
in
hair to
manner
pop out of that
satisfactory
face.
to the city engineer. A.
Fantastic
Fund
Sam.
the
Thank
fabrication
you.
and installation of a city
Shout out to
street
Fantastic
transit amenities
Sam.
program, STAP, bus shelter.
Do you think it's
replace
dyed for
and
sure?
improve
Maybe,
an
yes.
existing bus
Dang,
stop
really?
adjacent to the property at the southeast
I don't even
corner
know
of
nothing
Reseda
anymore.
Boulevard and
So he's
Irwin
got a
Street,
Just for Men kit
including
working?
the dedication of land necessary.
I mean, shit,
to
I'm
widen
older
the
than him, and I
sidewalk
don't have a
within
Just
the
for
bus
Men
stop
kit,
zone
but I mean, I got some
per
great-
Bureau of Street Services
I
recommendations.
look great though. Look at that
B.
shit, bro. You would have
Construct
had on
a
it.
new
Look
roadway
fantastic. Look at
bus
all that
pad
hair.
on Reseda
An old
Boulevard
man.
in accordance with the Department of Public Works Standard Plan
real.
S-433-1
Ow, I shouldn't have pulled
and
that
modify
hard.
and
Ow.
replace the guide wire adjacent to the existing
Note
bus
to
stop
self, when you pull your
per
hair,
Los
it hurts.
Angeles Department of Water and Power requirements and Bureau of Street Services recommendations
I'm an old man, and
to
I
allow
got that.
placement of the STAP
I guess
bus
I got good
shelter
genes in that-
a
in that
location that
sense.
avoids conflicts with an existing storm drain.
What's up, Matt?
All right. And
Soy equals no
Is
hair.
there a second on the motion? I'll second it.
I like soy sauce. I had soy
All
sauce
right, any
just
other
yesterday. I
special
told you
members?
some Kiko
Councilmember
man.
Soto Martinez.
Kiko man.
Council President.
Had some Chinese food, and it was
I would
pretty
like to
fucking
have
bland.
Item 5 be sent to the Civil Rights, Equity, Immigration, Aging, Disability. It was heard in BFI, but we're getting a request from the department head to have it also go back to Creed.
Very good. Without objection, that'll be the order.
Thank you.
So that item will be referred to Creed. Councilmember Rodriguez.
Item 24 for questions, please.
Okay. Any other specials, members? Any specials on the right? Any specials on the left? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, what are we now able to vote on?
Council may now vote on items 3, 4, 6 through 17, and 18 is a separate vote since it's an amendment. So at this time, 3, 4, 6 through 17 is before council, sir.
All right. Members, those items are now before us. I see no members wishing to be
That's
heard.
terrible,
Let's go ahead and
Adam.
open the roll.
That has to be.
Close the roll and
yeah.
tabulate the votes.
That's terrible.
13 ayes.
Mr. President,
Try what I
there's
just
a
told you,
request
Adam.
to send items
you're watching.
3 as well as 17 forthwith,
That
sir.
gets around.
Without objection, that'll be the order.
Also, council may now vote on 18 as amended, sir.
All right. On item 18 as amended, If there's no one wishing to be heard, let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
13 ayes.
All right. That will take us next to our closed session items 25, 26, 27,
we are going to closed
and
session already?
28.
Hold on. What's going on
Councilmember
here?
Blumenfield, can you guide us on those items, please?
Yeah, we heard all those items in Budget Committee in closed session. I don't think we need to go into closed session here, but we can approve the items as recommended by the Budget Committee.
Very good. Madam Clerk, if you could please read those items.
Yes, sir. Item 25, in the case entitled Brooke Fortson versus City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $350,000 in settlement. Item 26, in the case entitled Eric C. Ingstad et al. Versus City of Los Angeles, there is a recommendation to expend up to $225,000 in settlement. Item 27, in the case entitled Richard Vidor versus City of Los Angeles, there is a recommendation to expend up to
Think she got a new one?
$200,000 in settlement.
Mask is wet?
And finally, item 28, in the case
She should
entitled
just get sponsored
Stephen
by,
Greer
like,
versus
you
City
know,
of Los Angeles et
3M
al.,
or something.
there is a recommendation to reject the plaintiff's offer of settlement.
Very good. Those items are now before us. Members, if no one wishes to be heard, let's go ahead and open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
13 ayes.
All right. That will take us next to the presentation portion of our meeting, and I'd like to recognize Councilmember Padilla, who will have the floor for a very important presentation. Councilmember Padilla, take it away.
You can stand next to me. And everybody too. No, no, stand up. Come on. Come on. Ready? We're all ready? We're all here? All right.
Councilmember Padilla, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Sorry about the wait. As you could tell, I'm with an audience that's never been here before, so they're excited. So, good morning and buenos dias to everybody. In the spirit of Latino Hispanic Heritage Month, which continues through October 15th, I'm thrilled to recognize and celebrate Latinos who are making an impact on the arts, culture of U.S. society through their work. And as we approach the 15th, I would be remiss if I didn't honor someone who within the Latino Hispanic spectrum embodies the Mexican-American spirit of Chicanismo.
A spirit?
Today I'm proud to stand before you along my colleague,
The
Ulysses
spirit.
Hernandez, to introduce our distinguished guest, George Perez, one of the most exciting, hilarious, and up-and-coming comedians from Southern California. I'm also very happy to introduce his family and friends who are here to celebrate this special honor with him. George's experience growing up raza have shaped
No George
the man and
Lopez?
successful
George Perez
comedian
instead?
he is today. His comedy is filled with the authenticity of his lived experiences that he's been
Isn't
able
that a
to
car mo-
transform
she wishes
into
she was a
hilarious
car model.
anecdotes for his audience. And he honors and makes it easy for people like me
She's not
to
wearing her
legitimize my
smart glasses
culture of
today?
using the hoops, the dango bracelets, the eyeliner, the red lips, you name it. So thank you.
Where's Guillermo? Yeah.
Today, his
He's busy at Jimmy
comedy
Kimmel's
career
being a
spans
shill.
over 10 years, making countless appearances in many of the best comedy clubs across Southern California, the Midwest, and he's about to take over the East Coast, coming soon. Most recently, his signature was added to the walls of the Comedy Store, a world-famous comedy club in the heart of Hollywood, a space where the cream of the creme are featured.
The cream of the
Not
creme?
only is George
You
a
mean the creme
successful
de la
comedian
creme?
who has won over the hearts of his audience, he has also appeared on various television comedy
What was
programs
that right there?
and has a fan base that is just as diverse as Los Angeles. He is the winner of the popular TV show Yo Mama, and he made his
Yo
acting
Mama?
debut on HBO in the comedy feature Taco Shop.
Yo, mama.
George has also appeared on numerous
The cream
television
of the
networks
cream.
such as Comedy Central, Showtime, and
The
he will
creme de
debut
la
his
creme,
comedy
I
sketch
think that's what she was
album,
trying to get
That
at.
Cholo's Crazy, in January of next year. George Perez is also host, and I've heard from colleagues here at City Hall that they listen to it, the podcast George Perez Stories,
Of course,
where
because she doesn't
George
listen
invites
to
some
it.
of the most successful people in the entertainment industry to share personal funny stories about how they have accomplished their goals with humor and grace. With over 300 podcast episodes, George continues to captivate audiences with authentic stories that offer insight into the Latino experience
barely
and
read.
experience of non-Latinos who have Latino friends. Through comedy, George Perez has managed to provide a holistic picture of what the Latino experience is in Southern California, from various moments he witnessed as a teen to the challenges that come with becoming a young father. George's success is a testament to George's hard work and talent he's displayed in the past decade, overcoming many obstacles.
Linktree? Okay. What's up,
And it is my
Calamity Girl?
distinct
How are
honor
you?
now,
Good morning.
before we recognize him, to have my colleague
there you go.
Eunices also say a few words. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Padilla, for leading on this presentation to recognize someone who has brought so much joy to our communities and to this city. George Perez is a man of many talents. A popular comedian, actor, screenwriter, and podcaster, George Perez has been making audiences laugh for over a decade. But he uses our culture to make people laugh in a way that welcomes people in, that intrigues people about how our families are growing up, our family dynamics, the impacts of different carceral systems, and being able to have, come back into the community and to give new life and to create a beautiful family and second chances. And so thank you for bringing joy and laughter to those experiences. He draws from his Latino roots to tell stories about growing up in a large family, becoming a father of his own, and the everyday life experiences of what it means to be Latino in today's society. His charisma, authenticity, and storytelling ability makes his comedic stylings appealing to audiences across the country, and again, welcomes people into our culture. Making people smile and bringing people some joy into their lives.
Thank you so much, Calamity Girl.
Is something that is
Thanks
a
for
great
hanging out.
value. They say that laughter is some of the best medicine. So you're giving people medicine with the things that you're doing every day, so thank you. Especially in this world that can often be dark and grim. So I'm glad to stand here today and join in with my colleague to honor George Perez and his contributions to Latino culture here in Los Angeles and beyond. And deep gratitude to his family for holding him down, and for the council and council president for allowing us to honor him and his family in this space.
Not George Lopez, George Perez. Not Lopez, Perez.
And I want to bring to the podium his friend, Oscar Toruno. Say a few words.
Oscar. Can't just be Oscar, huh?
We have police officers. They dedicate themselves to protecting us.
2 deputies injured in training accident.
They still protect our politicians.
Excuse me.
It's okay.
Excuse me. There will be no shouting out or disrupting of this meeting. So that's the only warning I'm going to give anyone in this chambers. If there's continuing disruption of the work of this council, you'll be removed from the chambers pursuant to Rule 12. Sergeants, identify whoever is disrupting the meeting and let them know that, please. Go ahead, sir.
And our politicians here make our lives better and dedicate themselves to legislating for the people. George Perez dedicated his life to making people laugh.
That was a good one, Oscar.
And right now, we're really divided.
Nice chiste.
And we need that laughter. And he's a family guy. And I've worked with him for 10 years. Only one time I disagreed when he goes, hey, you see that guy over there? And it was this veterano with a lowrider. He goes, that guy made it. And George Perez is a family man who has his very healthy, beautiful family and dedicates his life to making people laugh.
Let's get vaped.
He's doing something that he loves to do the most. Smoke. And that's why you made it, and we're recognizing you today.
Gotta Google Buff Bagwell.
And I believe one of his sons wanted to speak today. Come on up, Georgie.
One thing I've always loved and respected about my father is that, like Oscar said, no matter how busy his work schedule can get, he always manages to make spending time with his family his number one priority. He's never one to miss a birthday party, and he always wants to celebrate his children no matter the occasion. And he's also proven that hard work and dedication can get you to where you need to be. Love you, Dad. Thank you.
Oh, that was kind.
And his daughters. Come on up, ladies.
I'm extremely proud of the man I chose to call my father. His accomplishments today are
I chose to call father? What?
Every single one. I couldn't be any prouder of the man he is.
Stop it.
My dad's rad. Thank you.
And now, without further ado, the man himself, George Perez.
I was waiting for her to say George Lopez.
Good morning, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is George Perez, and I just want to start off thanking Imelda Padilla for believing in me and City Council for this award and everybody here. I would also like to thank my family, Amy, Georgie, Davina, and Andres, for their sacrifices they made for me to achieve my goals. I also want to thank my mother and my father, who are no longer with me. I know they are looking down upon me right now, wondering if I'm in court because I have a suit on. Since I'm in City Hall, I know they're proud. I'll never forget my mother would always tell me
that was
I'm
funny.
Special and there is something about me. My mom wanted to be what I am, a star and actress, but she sacrificed to raise her 6 sons. My father worked 2 jobs. Never told me he loved me, but showed it in every
Good morning.
day.
It's good to see you, Cat.
He taught me how to act, how to dress, and how to present myself. With that being said, I'm very honored to be here.
Well, he is a comedian.
To
That was
be
funny.
Mexican, to be American, to be Chicano, to be Latino, to be everything that California gives someone the dream to be. I get paid to make people laugh, and today I feel like you guys are letting me express my emotions, and I appreciate all of you for recognizing me. Thank you very much for everything.
I want to say 4 deputies hurt, 2 critically in training exercise in Cascade.
Councilmember Padilla, we have
at the Pitchess
members on the
Detention
queue
Center.
if you,
Absolutely, please go ahead.
Thank you. So I'd like to recognize Councilmember Hutt, followed by Councilmember Rodriguez.
All right.
Thank you, Council President. I want to thank Councilmembers Padilla and Hernandez for bringing joy into the chambers.
Joy.
Right?
Joy.
Mr. Perez,
Joy.
you're someone that I
Joy.
watched on Showtime. And actually, when you're sitting there, I was like, wait, I know him. But you had a tie on, so I wasn't sure. So thank you for everything that you bring to people, especially during the pandemic. That's when we watched you the most, and we needed some relief. And thank you for being there. Thank you.
Love you.
Councilmember Rodriguez.
Oh, buddy.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Ms. Padilla and Ms. Hernandez. Mr. Perez, congratulations. You know, it isn't often that you see our community making it on television, making it in the spaces,
little fishing pole.
In the entertainment industry in particular. And to have ascended and achieved that is incredible, because it's always a continued struggle in so many respects. While we might represent the majority of the population, we are underrepresented in so many other areas, and entertainment is among them. I want to thank you for uplifting, Mr. Soto Martinez and I were talking about just, you talk about your parents, and you talk about, our parents gifted us a work ethic in our community. That is one of the greatest gifts you could ever get, and I'm really proud to have been raised that way. You clearly spoke about how you were raised that way, but I want to take a moment to uplift how you asked your kids to come speak at the mic, and why that's so important, especially to the young ladies, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Latinas are always the most underrepresented in these spaces. But ladies, you have to own your power and own your voice, and never be shy about stepping up to the mic and saying what needs to be said. And I want to thank your dad for making sure that you did that today. It was my dad, my mom and dad, they made it a point when I was very young for my sister and I to have that level of confidence, to be able to speak publicly and to not have that fear, but to retain the power of our voice. And that's what your dad was giving you today. And it's clear that he was always instilling in that in you. So I want to say thank you for being that example for what Latino dads are supposed to be in these spaces, is to give the space for our kids to leapfrog off of our shoulders.
Should be all
That is
dads,
what it's
not
all
just
about,
Latino
is
dads,
to
but
continue
okay.
to be that example, to open those doors, keep those doors open, but to give them the very best example that there are no shortcuts to getting to where we want to be. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor.
Thank
you,
bingo
colleagues.
card
And
for
now,
what?
For the
I don't
best
play
part,
bingo.
for the stuff you get to hang on your wall.
If you mean play it
On
like a
behalf of the city
bingo
of Los
game, that's a
Angeles,
bite
we
off
present
of
you with this-
Pursuit Bingo.
This resolution.
I want to bite
signed
off
by
of
all of
anybody's
my
stuff.
colleagues here.
There are some folks that do Pursuit Bingo with Remy.
And also a special gift.
Don't know who came
specifically
up
for
with
my
it,
office.
but somebody
We created
does
this
it.
Portrait for you.
Their
with the Comedy
group does
Store.
it, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. So I wouldn't dare take their idea.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not a cholo. I just iron a lot.
I hope you guys got it. I see the son over here laughing. I love it.
That is
All
funny.
right. Well, thank you. This concludes our presentation.
Gangsters love iron in their shit.
Who's the artist of this event?
Can't be out there looking all fucking raggedy. They can't. They
Thank
can't
you
have
very
no
much,
clothes with
members.
no
Mr. Perez,
wrinkles on them.
congratulations.
They gotta
And
be
welcome to our chambers.
pressed and perfect.
All right, we're ready
Or
next
ironed.
to begin the public comment.
Here we
portion
go,
of our
finally,
meeting.
ladies and gentlemen.
So, Madam Clerk, Mr.
All right,
City
guys.
Attorney, if you could please read in the instructions for your comment.
Yes, sir. As indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call
There you go. You wanna call in right there, 669
5252
254 5252.
number 160-535-8466,
You too can call in.
then press
Say
pound.
bad things to me
Press
like
pound
some do.
again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute. Again, call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466, then press pound. Press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9
What's up,
to
E-Fog?
request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute.
To people providing public comment, when it is your turn to speak, either at the podium or on the phone, please state which of the agenda items you would like to speak
Well,
on,
Stinks just
and
woke up,
slash
really,
or
and had a
whether you
couple
would like
things
to
of food.
provide
Now he's
general public
probably
comment.
ready to go to bed for a
You
little
will
bit.
have 1 minute
His
per
belly's
item,
filled.
up to 3 minutes total for the items open for public comment.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure you're on
if you
hold
wish,
for a long time.
1 minute for general public comment. Please speak to
Heather,
the
thank you
items
so much,
before
Heather.
beginning
Shout out to
general public
Heather's
comment.
Halls.
We will tell you when your
Thank you,
time is
Heather.
up.
And Heather
When
Halls.
speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not on topic, or if we can't tell whether you are speaking on topic, you will get one brief warning from me or the president. At that point, you need to get immediately and clearly on topic. If you do not do so, or if you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time and we will move on to the next speaker. The items open for public comment are 1 and 2 and 19 through 24.
Kim Jong-il head.
You may, of course,
Does
speak
kinda
to
look like
any
Kim
of the other
Jong-il.
items or anything else
Not gonna lie.
in the city's subject
we gave
matter
him that
jurisdiction
square haircut,
during your
for
1
sure.
minute of general public comment.
Because
For
Kim
members of the
Jong-il is
public
just like
calling
that
in,
too, where he has like no
when it is
facial
your
hair.
turn to speak, an
Can't grow
automated
any.
message from Zoom will prompt you to press star 6 to unmute yourself. If you do not do so, council staff will prompt you once more. At that
Any of you guys, I know I told you, I asked you guys yesterday about the Halloween candy. Did anybody get their pumpkins yet? I think I'm going to go buy a pumpkin today too. I'm not going to carve it yet, of course, so it'll go bad by then, but definitely need to pick up my pumpkin.
Two things are important. First, while you're waiting for your turn to speak, please
Not
keep
yet,
an ear
Heather?
to the phone so you know
I got
in
one of
real
those carving
time
kits,
when it
man.
is
They
your
really
turn
work
to
well
press
to
star
scoop
6
the
to
shit
unmute.
out, to
Second,
intricately
if you are listening
cut things.
to the meeting on another device,
You got yours
please
yesterday?
turn down the volume on that
Not yet.
device immediately
Some
when it
dudes.
is your turn to speak. Between the time delay and feedback,
Yeah, it's
it will
about
cause
time
a
to get your
great deal of
pumpkin. They're
confusion
everywhere. I
if
saw
you
them at
continue to
Lowe's the
listen
other
on your
day.
other
Lowe's is
devices.
selling a
Thank
ton
you.
of pumpkins. I was going to grab one, then I was like, whatever.
All right, thank you very much.
I usually
With
go to
that, we're ready
Ralph's. Ralph's
begin
usually has a pretty
comment.
good deal on
I'm
pumpkins.
going to
and
read
some
off a
decent
number of
size
names of
ones.
people who've signed up, and as I call your name, if you could please make your way to your left-hand
Yeah,
side
you
of
can't
the
carve it
chambers.
now. It only lasts for
You
3
don't need
days
to
or
speak
something.
in the
so
order that I call you, but
that
please
last
don't line
few
up
days of
until I do
the
call you.
month.
All
when we
right,
gotta
so I'm going
cut
to
it.
call Dr. D, Erica, Jude Bellingham, Dr. Nadine Diaz, Melina Abdullah, Lisa C., Akili, Gina Viola, and Andrew G., please.
And Andrew G? Andrew Grebner. Oh, shit, yeah. You got to go under over. Might as well get it over now. Under over 23, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to make it a little difficult. 23 is the number. Under or over. He's about third in line. Oh, shit, yeah. Zach Galifianakis is first. Let's get him. Hold on. Hold on.
Good morning. Which of the items would you like to speak on?
Items 20, 21, 19, 24, general public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Okay,
Please begin with the items.
So item 24, Karen Bass was in the news yesterday after a shout out from Nuri Martinez. Nuri said that after the tape leaked, Karen was very supportive. Karen said she wasn't interested in renouncing Nuri's endorsement, thinking it would all blow over. She was even ready to have Nuri host a fundraiser for her later that week.
Because probably
That's
stay
who
home
Karen
dad,
Bass
maybe.
really is. Karen being appointed to the LASA Commission amidst a failed Inside Safe campaign that has gotten maybe 1,700 people into carceral hotel living conditions is part of the persistent issue at City Hall. The only way up is to fail. And what a failure Inside Safe has been. Karen Bass believes she's the best we have to offer, and we'll expose more of Inside Safe in an upcoming episode of our podcast, People City Propaganda. Encourage all the city council members to tune in and listen. Items 19, 20, 21. From this point on, any motion you sign on to of Kevin De Leon's is a sign on to his re-election campaign. Kevin thinks his constituents have his back, so we'll have no issue making a commitment to resigning sooner than December 2024 if someone wins the primary outright. One of y'all running against him should get him on the record. So that way, this illumination of City Hall can be a celebration that Kevin's time on the council is over. Now, Kevin, what is it like knowing that the only reason people seem to like you is because of your position? And you can act like you're not listening to me. They want access, funds, and power. They don't care if it's through you or someone else. You act like the deep relationships you have are a result of who you are as a person, and nothing could be further from the truth. Interesting that you would call out the opportunistic needs of those who are politically ambitious and still lack the self-awareness to recognize your own parasitic needs. Exactly. To hold on to the only thing that gives your life any value. KDL has said that he has learned a lot of folks in LA have a huge and forgiving heart. While your colleagues may trot around like they've forgiven you, LA hasn't. Kevin, I may be marketed as the face of opposition against you, but take a look around. These are the faces that are going to end your political career. These are the faces that you'll see before you fade off into those lonely nights. And they'll be the voices that will haunt your dreams. Now, KDL is now saying he, quote unquote, never made a comment that was even remotely offensive during the secretly recorded conversation. Kevin's lost touch with reality and needed a wake-up call, so I was happy, alongside BLM LA, White People for Black Lives, and others, to give you that wake-up call yesterday morning. I'm sure you heard us loud and clear. Wondering, are you going to charge the city for those broken blinds that you broke in desperation as trying to close your window? He described his remarks on the audio as, quote-unquote, inartful. Yeah, that's because there wasn't a need to mask his language at a table with a bunch of like-minded racistas. I found it hilarious that you claim that you have asked hundreds of people for forgiveness over the past year, despite the fact that hundreds of thousands of people called for your resignation. You said when you make a mistake, you have to eat shit, and that's what you've been doing. What are you, the scat man now?
Yes.
It's no wonder you always have a shit-eating grin on your face, but you had that before the audio tape was released, so you got some explaining to do, Kevin. And also interesting, you've been eating shit while your constituents in Skid Row, which is in your district, I know you forget sometimes. Exactly. Can't find a place to shit because you helped get rid of the toilets and encampments to give more money to the LAPD. You think you ate shit, and if anything last year was an appetizer, get ready for the main course. Now, speaking of eating, KDL has now branded himself as a food insecurity champion. You're looking at a real food insecurity champion, Kevin De Leon. I myself managed a program that got 700,000 pounds.
Thank you. Your time has expired. Next speaker, please.
Because of one, I can't do the show, Ed.
Thank you, Mr. Reeder. Your time has expired.
Spindler
Please leave
just
the
walked
podium
in.
so the next speaker can come up. Your time has expired. Leave the podium, please. Next speaker.
To wait 2 hours.
Mr. Reedy, stop disrupting the meeting or you'll be excluded. You're instructed to be silent
Drive
so
1 hour.
other people can speak.
Sit there for 2 hours to have 3 minutes of talking. And then drive another hour back. 4 hours of my day.
I'll
just
do
burnt
public comment 'cause
for
there are
1
many
minute,
more
really,
important
even.
people here who want to speak about
So you have-
all the important things on these.
So you have 1 minute for general public
Kevin
comment.
De Leon, you're still sitting here. That's a disgrace
She has
to
pink
the
hair.
whole city council. You got rid of people because they committed crimes that were barely recognizable as crimes, and they're not sitting here anymore, and you are.
This is pink,
Your
right?
racism is more of a crime than what any of those people have done. And you are not
Look at
going
Spindler.
to win again. It's a
Look at him.
disgrace that you even think that you can run again in this city.
Where's
That
the
is
puppet?
a disgrace. And Tracy Park, stop coming after the homeless people in my neighborhood. You just throw them from one place to another. That's all you do, and you hate them. And you are despicable in what you're doing. You cleared off Jefferson, leaving those people no place to go because the city doesn't have any place for the RVs. You cannot move RVs unless you have a place to send them. So stop it.
Next speaker, please.
And they stink. Did I mention that before?
Here we go, under over 23.
Before the next speaker begins, can the people who are waiting to speak during public comment please not yell or shout out during other people's public comments so that I can hear what they're saying? Thank you.
He's off.
Which of the items would you like to speak
I don't
on?
mind. Okay, let me look at the agenda. 21. Let's see.
That's,
23, 24, and general comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
If you don't
Please
like the
begin with
wait,
the
why don't
items.
you look at your computer screen, Paul? Let's see. We have item 21. A motion for the CD14 special recognition of World Tuberculosis Day on March 24th, 2024, which is like 6 months away. Introduced by Kevin De Leon and seconded by Nuri Martinez through a proxy of Imelda Padilla. We have, so Kevin shouldn't have anything on the agenda. You know, Kevin De Leon is anti-poor, anti-black, anti-indigenous. He needs to go. And, you know, if any of you are actually interested in trying to get him off this council, you would vote no on this motion. You would vote no on anything that he puts on the agenda. But you don't do that because you all seem to be okay with him being on this council, and I don't know why. Oh, wait, I do know why, because most of you are just like him. Let's see.
Boom.
We have 23.
Boom.
The installation of cameras and an alarm system at the CD10 Pico field office. I don't know if this is going to be like surveillance or if they're going to try to surveil protests that might happen outside and then send it to the cops. I don't know. That doesn't really seem like something that probably should happen. 24, the mayor's appointment of Karen Bass. Oh, wait, that's her, to the LAHSA Commission. She appointed herself to the LAHSA Commission. But Inside Safe is pretty not going very well. She's not housing, you know, the people she said she was going to house. And when she does, you know, maybe she'll get like, she does violent sweeps basically, and then maybe houses like 6 people, at, you know, in some cheap motel with no, like on the other side of the city with no blankets or food. So it's going great. All right, let's just go to general comment.
Whoa, he needs to catch up.
General public comment?
Oh.
All right. So, Kevin, you need to go. Several of you really need to go, but, let's at least get Kevin out. And we're now at the 1-year anniversary of the Fed tapes becoming widely known. Not much has changed around here. In fact, if anything, things have actually gotten a little worse since, Gregorian, you like to pretend you're trying to put on the show, for people who don't come to these meetings and try to make it seem like, oh, things are different and you're reforming. But, we have Kevin's still in here. Every single one of you vote for every single motion he introduces. Anyone who protests is removed. And I've repeatedly told you, Ulysses, you can object to any removal and force a vote, but you never do it. Why? Kevin, you need to go, like a year ago.
Oh, he was under the 20 anyways. 18 today. 18, ladies and gentlemen. Should have just stayed up to 20. It didn't matter.
Please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Started off okay.
Erica, general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment.
I don't even need a minute. This city council is a disgrace having a racist sit on this council. Clearly, there's more than one racist on this council. Kevin De Leon's overt racist comments and policies revealed the covert racism in this entire city council and your policies. Kevin De Leon, you gotta go.
Bet you voted for one, if not all of them.
Next speaker, please.
I'd be willing to bet money. I'll put my money where my mouth is.
If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Yes, Lisa C.
Black Lives
item
Matter
21 and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public
Got us a
comment.
grifter.
Please begin with the item.
Yes, so this is regarding this proclamation, the subject to the approval of this Tuberculosis Day for March 24th.
Stop it, TB
Kevin
Day.
De Leon, you preside over the largest houseless encampment in all of Los Angeles and all of probably the country. What do you think tuberculosis is going to do come winter? What do you think tuberculosis is going to do because you do not provide services like public toilets? What do you do? What do you do, Kevin De Leon, other than be a racist and eating shit? What you need to do for Tuberculosis Day is actually really make reparations towards the black community for what you've done. You need to apologize to Jason Reedy for the attack that you perpetrated in December of last year. You need to make monetary, all right, general public comment.
General public
Again,
comment.
we're going back to Kevin De Leon and his inept presiding over the city, his city council district. He didn't do anything for a year because he wanted to use that office as a stepping stone to get to higher office. We know he filed a form to run for lieutenant governor. So go ahead and do that because you are useless on the city council. And also Monica Rodriguez, I'm using my voice as a Latina. You are a racist as well. You need to resign as well. Oh, laugh it up, Monica. Laugh it up, because you're not listening. You don't give a shit about anybody.
Pickle dick.
You also need to be voted out. All of you. Maybe Eunice's is being the exception. But all of you need to make reparations to our black brothers and sisters.
Funny enough as it is, though,
Next speaker,
if you
please.
listen to the tapes, which any of you watching can listen to, 22 minutes long, there isn't anybody they didn't make fun of. Blacks, gays, Jews, little kids, all types of Latin people, Oaxacans, Oaxacan Indians. I mean, all kinds of folks. So I guess you don't have to say sorry to any of those people. Just
Budget and
the folks
Finance
she's talking
Committee.
about.
It is a shame.
Boy, she is a
to
shill
continue
puppet
to
if I've seen
ratify
one.
The same budget year
I'm not
after
saying sorry to
year
everybody.
after year.
Just
And
across
this
the board.
new iteration of the budget is going to give the LAPD another $1 billion over the next 4 years.
Give it to him. Give him $2 billion.
Shame on each and every one of you to sit through these budget and finance committees. This proves that all you're worried about is creating austerity for the rest of the city so that you have more reasons to go in and oppress people and tyrannize other black and brown neighborhoods, poor people.
Hit it right on the
Inside
nose.
Safe is a joke, right? You're not funding anything. You squabble over $200 million for the unhoused community, and in the blink of an eye, you give another $1 billion to the LAPD. I can barely get the words out, I'm so angry. Public safety. The lion's share of you don't know a damn thing about public safety. Not at all. You don't even know what it looks like. You don't know what it feels like. There's no public health. We have no health department for the city of Los Angeles. How can we possibly have safety when we don't even have a health department? I'll go on to my general public comment.
General public comment.
Kevin De Leon, this is for you. That meeting a year ago, that meeting had a purpose. Its purpose was to diminish black power in the city of Los Angeles. Everything that was said in that meeting was despicable and gross, but at the heart of it was the reason you were all meeting in the first place, was to diminish black power in this city. So the fact that all of you have sat here for 12 months working with this man who worked with other people on this council, and it's no mistake that the only person who had to resign was the woman. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the atrocity of that. And I'm no fan of Nuri's, that's for sure. But that's why you were all there, to diminish black power. That's why you continue to sit in that chair. You're gonna run on being anti-black, and you think that's gonna get you the seat? You are sadly mistaken. Oh, eat your yogurt, eat whatever you got there. It's ridiculous that you continue to run. All you care about are the seats you're going to occupy
Speaker, your
next.
time has expired.
These motherfuckers can't
you.
stop
Next
eating
speaker,
for
please.
2 hours. They can't stop eating. You can't have a granola bar before we start. Y'all 15 minutes late every day, any day. You can't have a yogurt in 15 minutes before you start.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Good morning. My name is Melissa Asadera. I am the Executive Director of Polo's Pantry. I am speaking on general public comment.
They're
on
angry.
Item 21.
They're angry. That's
so you
why.
have, 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment.
He ain't going. He's
Please
going to get
begin with
reelected.
Okay.
De Leon
This is directed at
Mark those
Councilmember De
words.
Leon. I am just driving back from Coachella Valley, spending time with my mentor who actually works and is a farm worker, who's been working with farm workers for over 35 years. We spent the last few days talking about you and how embarrassing you are to every community. And it's interesting because a friend of mine just told me that you've been going around trying to save your image using food distributions across the city. And, you know, as a real public servant, you would probably have to actually do something about food justice systemically. You don't do that through optics, council member.
Food
but
justice?
I don't hear
Did I just hear that?
I don't see you in any meetings that I'm in because I'm in there.
Food justice.
I'm in there with the farm workers. I'm in there with houseless leaders. I'm in there with undocumented families. But I don't see you there, council member. What are you doing?
Food
What are you doing?
Comment.
Bro.
So I'm continuing public comment directed at Councilmember De Leon. You have no right to continue to serve because you do not serve Los Angeles, okay? The people of Los Angeles have been taking care of ourselves. You have not been out there. You have not been out there, and it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing to talk about you in other areas, in other states that I'm in. It is embarrassing to talk about you in other states that I'm in. I'm proud of being from this city, but I'm not proud of you and the work that you've done to hurt the people of LA. So you have no right to ever, like, run again. You do not deserve it. We deserve better. We deserve better. I have watched women, elders, like unhoused leaders, doing their best to feed people, but you've done nothing but lie. Nothing but lie and hurt black and brown communities. So no, Los Angeles doesn't want you.
Okay.
Shame. Shame.
As our next speaker is coming up, I'm going to call a few more names, and I'd like to ask the members of the audience, please don't shout out while members of the public are speaking. It's their time to speak, and we want to hear what they have to say.
Fuck
and
off.
It's not fair to shout out while they're speaking. So I'm going to call a few more names. Chuck Trujillo, Carla Lopez Valdez, Brianna Maldonado, Bob Guzman, O. Francis, and Michael Williams, please. Good morning.
Good morning, Speaker. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Yes, my name is Dr. Nadine Diaz, and I'd like to speak on items number 21 in public comment, please.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
Look, Jason, look what he's sleeping with.
1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with
a
the
little
item.
puppet all the time.
I am a doctor of social work, and I've worked on Skid Row. I'm also
So you're not
running
a
for
real
City
doctor.
Council District 14. I'm
You're like a
third
dentist
generation constituent. I ran against the predecessor in 2015, who is now a federally indicted criminal. And it appalls me that that gentleman did not do anything to help the homeless population on Skid Row. This person sitting in this seat right now is trying to gallivant around our city, our district, and claim that he is a humanistic man, human being, and cares about all of us. Our taxpayers are paying $19,000 per month for him to do absolutely nothing. Mr. DeLeon, I wish you would look at me when I'm talking to you. Obviously, your parents did not raise you to have respect. You are a waste of time, a waste of money. Our people are suffering, brown, black, American Indian.
General public comment.
General public comment. I'm an American of Mexican, Yaqui Indian, Japanese American, and Basque. And I am fed up, just like everybody else in this room, in terms of this gentleman trying to waste our taxpayer money. Kevin, you are a carpetbagger, and also you are useless. Useless. Your job as a public servant, you are wasting our time. Please leave. Go back to Logan, go get a job with somebody else, join the Republican Party, but get the hell out of here. I teach at Cal State University, Dominguez Hills. I teach critical race theory.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah, you're
telling
definitely
my
an
students
idiot.
about you. And they are learning about every single one of you who have backed up this person who has no conscience, but is inept, is prejudiced, is a racist, and is a waste of taxpayer dollars running for California State Lieutenant Governor. Please, go get another job as dog catcher.
Speaker, your time has expired.
Hold on, I'm going to pause it right
please.
there. I got waste of taxpayer money for you, ladies and gentlemen. The critical waste theory. And how many people are taking your course and getting degrees like that, okay, and wasting their time, and then they cry like little bitches when they get out of school. Nobody wants to hire them because their degree is worth less than a roll of fucking toilet paper. And guess who pays for that? When you cry, we got to give you loan forgiveness. That ain't getting forgiven. That's us paying for it. Talk about fucking wasted money. Sit down, lady.
So I've been told
Critical.
by the
And you aren't a
sergeants that it's
doctor.
the
Don't
woman
address
in the-
yourself.
I believe it's the
I'm a
white
doctor like
jacket
you're a
and the black
doctor,
mask who
motherfucker.
keep shouting out.
I'm the
So
doctor
you're
of smoke and
officially warned,
scan.
Please do not yet
I've
shout
got my
out during other
doctorate.
people's public comment. This is your first.
I went
and
to an
only
Ivy League
formal
school.
warning.
Makes me awesome, right?
Good morning.
Good morning.
If you could please
She
remind
didn't
us
go
of
to
the
an
name
Ivy
you
League
signed
school,
up
I
under
assure
and
you.
the items you would like to speak on.
Keely. And I think it was item 6
What does it
and
say?
general comment.
29 black
So item
people.
6 is not open for public
Anybody
comment,
see what
but
the
you
shirt
can speak to it
says?
during general, so you have 1
Thank
minute
you.
of general public comment.
29 black
19.
people.
I
Killing.
want to emphasize the public and public safety. Too often what we do is talk public safety, and all we mean is police. Where is the public in public safety? There are no proposals, alternatives, or interest in looking at how do we make public safety centered around the public, not around the police. So that's...
Hold on a second, my friend. So now, when there's 59 motherfuckers outside, everybody saw the shooting. The cop pulls up, says, who shot? What happened? Nobody seen nothing, but everybody seen something. That's a part of the community. That's policing your own community, which you do not do. And you don't want the cops there, so what the fuck do you want? Get on, crybaby.
That's my comment for any issue as it relates to public safety. I'd like to go to my general public comment now.
Please, get the fuck out of here.
Thank you. I am one of the 25 yelling black people that Kevin De Leon talked about. As a matter of fact, I'm number 25. It was that statement, that anti-black statement, that sought to diminish us, to belittle us, and to somehow say that our causes, challenges, and conditions were unimportant. And so we are here to call not only for your resignation, but we are asking your colleagues to vote no against every motion you put forward. Because if you vote for Kevin De Leon, you are voting for anti-blackness and racism. And so we are calling on you, and you may have heard me yesterday morning when we were in front of your house as one of the 25 yelling black people. We will continue to yell. We will continue to demand.
Speaker, your time has expired.
Thank you. Next speaker, please. Next speaker, please.
I love the gaslighting, homie. I love it. I love it, homie. You don't do shit. All you do is bootlick the gang members and the bullshit in your community, the drug dealers. You lick their boots. 'Cause you ain't licking the cop boot, right? Then you coming over here crying that you ain't safe. Oh well.
Please begin with the items.
Oh well.
So no item.
It's funny how white communities don't take that shit. They call the cops. They show up to court. Notice that? They got community watch.
That he introduces should even be considered.
Since you want to get a white, black, brown thing going.
Have short memories, but we have long memories. It was only a year ago when you all were considering what to do, how to help us, help the community oust Kevin De Leon, and now you're sitting here considering his motions. You're taking photos with him. Well, listen, I want to put something forward. I know that a year ago we were talking about emotion, talking about the harm he's caused, talking about the hurt that he's caused.
What's up, SP?
I want to remind
Is
you
she
that
is she the head beggar?
Is still there.
Speaker, I'm not sure which.
She's the head beggar.
Can you please let me know which of the items you're discussing?
When he advances, you haven't done that to anybody else.
She got the mansion?
When he advances motions that seek to bring harm to black people on Skid Row, it is your responsibility to stand up. I also want to lift up this. I want to say that Kevin De Leon thinks his road back to city council is whipping up anti-blackness. And you have to decide whether or not you're going to whip up anti-blackness with him.
She's the head of BLM.
Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on?
Head grifter.
Racists don't get to say nothing I said.
Sit down, grifter.
Racist. They don't get to decide.
Sit down,
the
grifter.
People who are
beggar.
harmed get to decide. You are a racist, Kevin, and you should have taken my Black Studies class, not just my politics class, because maybe you'd understand. You are a racist because of what you said
Taking
and
your
what
class
you do.
And nothing.
The question
Idiot
for all
moron.
of you on city council is, are you racist too? Will you stand alongside a racist? Because if you will, then you are a racist too. And so we're going to get you out. We will be at your house. We will be in your community. We going to vote you out, and Black Lives Matter.
We going to vote you out.
Has a
Get it.
100% track record. We're not going to lose this time. We're going to get you out.
Bet you ain't going to
Kevin
lose.
De Leon
Bet you lose.
must go. KDL is anti-black. KDL is anti-poor.
She about to cry?
KDL is anti-black. KDL is anti-poor.
It's funny. I look back there. There's not
Next
many
speaker,
black
please.
folks in the BLM section. Just saying. Almost all white kids. Boy, she got them fucking
Mr.
bamboozled.
Spindler, you were speaking audibly throughout the time that Dr. Abdullah was speaking.
Dr.
I'm gonna
Abdullah.
instruct you to
She's
be
doctor
quiet.
like I'm the
I'm
fucking
gonna
Pope.
instruct you to be quiet.
If she's a
Okay,
doctor,
you're not
I'm the
following my
motherfucking
instructions. You
Pope.
need to be quiet or you'll be removed right now.
Okay?
Good morning.
I'm
Good
Pope
morning,
John
my name is
Paul's
Bob
son,
Friedman. I
the Damon
represent
John
American
Paul the fucking
students.
third.
First off, I want to thank City Council for being
Fuck
here.
outta
for hearing
here.
our words. I also want to introduce a
Liberal
lot of your
pukes.
local
Sorry, which of the
constituents.
items would you like to speak
Public
on?
comment, please.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public
Yes,
comment.
sir. I want to introduce a lot of
Sad
our
ass shit.
constituents here, just a sample of our parents, students, and coalition members for GBI LA. We are urging City
Oh, those
Council
are
to
different
push for
group.
$18 million
So where's the
expansion
BLM?
for the Big
Just
League
them?
program to go beyond the pilot program. Across the board, across our nation, across many other countries, we have seen that GBI works to reduce homelessness, to reduce poverty, to uplift communities, and to exactly like Mayor Karen Bass wants, to create a space where people don't fall into homelessness. We need this safety net. We need this expanded. We need to go beyond the pilot programs. Please urge City Council to expand the Big Leap program, call it Big Leap 2.0 if you want, but expand funding for GBI in Los Angeles. Thank you so much.
It does, Sav. It's good to see you.
Next speaker, please.
You know, it's sad to see this grifter up here. You know what she won't release? How much money she gave to George Floyd's family, Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin. How much money she give to any of those family members?
I'm here to speak on
As she
behalf
made
of Los Niños
millions off the backs of
PLN
those
has been serving the
dead
communities in Los
dudes.
Angeles for about 40
Those
years.
dead men. Okay?
We are on our sites.
She didn't give
across
nothing
LA.
back to them.
We support
Talking about
families
equity
with
like she needs.
mental health
Get the
services,
fuck out of here.
basic needs,
Bitch,
and
you
other
are
support
too
services
much,
for
and
youth,
you a doctor.
children, and their families.
I want to let you know, guys, I identify now as a doctor, and if you refer to me as anything less, I shall not respond.
We have learned that agencies and organizations across the city are seeing an increase in unhoused families in our capacity. Families in LA are in dire need of
Doctor.
increases to their budget to avoid a crisis,
Doctor.
both emotional and financial. We believe there's a policy solution that is long-term and sustainable. We ask you to support your constituents
Doctor.
and the communities we serve to bring back the Big Leap program. We believe this program will support families and support them in their emotional and financial support.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Doctor. Maybe they just played doctor a lot at, doctor and nurse as a kid, and they just...
Good morning. If you
They
could
really,
please
in their
remind us
dumb
of the
mind, they
name that you
believe
signed
they're
up
actually
under
a
and the
doctor
items
and they
you
have
would
a
like to speak
doctorate
on.
that counts.
Good morning. Yes, my name is Brianna Maldonado.
I have a doctorate in
General
baseball
public comment.
cards, everybody, just to
So
let you
have 1
know.
minute for general public comment.
Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the esteemed members of our City Council and to all of you in the audience for being here today. My name is Brianna Maldonado, and I stand before you as an advocate for Guaranteed Basic Income, GBI. GBI is a cause that holds profound personal significance to me, driven by a myriad of reasons,
Basic
chief
income.
among them being the creation of a robust financial safety net for our community. As we are all aware, many Angelinos find themselves teetering on the precipice, just one paycheck or one unforeseen emergency away from homelessness. GBI offers the promise of stability and security not only to individuals and families, but to our city as a whole. It has the potential to
Income
stimulate
is a
our
right.
local economy, alleviate poverty, and provide countless benefits that will uplift the lives of many.
Income is a right,
With conviction
apparently.
and hope, I stand here today to urge you, our city leaders, to allocate funding for the GBI program in the fiscal year 24-25 budget. Together, we can take a significant step towards a more equitable and resilient future for all of LA. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Jesus, fuck. Fucking A.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I think it's
You
just
could
time
please
to go.
remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Yes, my name is Chuck Trujillo, General Public Comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
Good
Tell
morning,
'em,
City
kid.
Council members. I'd like to thank you again once again for your time. As you can see, my coworkers are here once again. I'm seeking support from the City Council and the upcoming negotiations. We're from the Park Film Office. As you know, we've expressed how different and how unique our office is and has gone unnoticed for quite some time. You can find any one of these monitors on any time of night or day on top of a mountain or in a gang-infested neighborhood. They sit there and wait for production companies to come in sometimes. Young and old. Could be freezing, could be 105 degrees out, and we're out there receiving production companies. Once again, we'd like to thank you for those that have reached out in curiosity as to what we do, and we continue to like to go forward with more interaction with the City Council and gaining your support. Thank you.
Thank
What's up,
you.
Beanie Cat?
Next speaker, please.
And thank you as referring to me as doctor. I'm gonna get a stupid little coat with a fucking thing. Oh shit!
Good
Yeah,
morning.
nice,
If you could
nice
please
diaper,
remind us of the
homie.
name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak
Sweet
on.
diaper, homie.
Michael Williams, general public comment, number 24. And general
Number
public-
24?
Public comment and item 21.
You have 2 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Before you begin, will the gentleman who's wearing it looks like a Letterman's jacket, you're consider yourself
Got a
warned.
nice
Please
diaper.
do not yell out while we are trying to get through general public comment. So again, you have 2 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin.
The fact that this item is even on the books shows that you guys are more comfortable with racism, prejudice, the ability to take away someone's right to vote, the ability to take away someone's right to represent themselves or choose who they want to represent themselves, than you are with someone calling out during this meeting. If you would treat Kevin DeLeon the way you treat the people who are protesting him, we wouldn't have this problem.
Spiller.
If you treated corruption and violations of human rights the way you just treated Baba Akili, we wouldn't have this problem. This motion, the fact that Padilla, who is leading up, who is replacing Nuri Martinez, would even put her name next to Kevin DeLeon is a problem. Because it shows that you all don't really care about what Kevin DeLeon did.
Of course. You're just now figuring that out, bro?
I'm going to now talk to the people in this room,
Come
the
on,
people
man.
who are working in the staff, the folks that think that they're doing the good work of the city. When you uphold prejudice, when you uphold violations of people's human rights, when you do nothing about that, you are assuring that those violations will happen to you one day or another, that those violations will affect you and your family. Do not just sit here and ignore what Kevin DeLeon and his co-conspirators did. That is something that should not be allowed in a democratic republic. To take away, to organize, to take away the ability for people to choose who represents them by a sitting public official should be the pressing issue of this city council. How do we remove this person? And for our community, we need to vote them out. Do not ignore it. Do not sit here and think that other concerns are more important. What Kevin DeLeon did will affect all of us because it's a symptom of how our public officials think and operate. They think and operate in divisiveness. They think and operate in discrimination. And eventually that discrimination, if it hasn't hit you already, it will. So we need to vote and make sure no matter what district you're in, no matter what color your skin is, where your family's from, what gender orientation you have, you make sure that Kevin DeLeon does not get back in this city council when the election comes.
See, a guy that smart,
next speaker's
I find
coming
it
up.
hard
I'm
for
gonna call
him
a few more
not to know
names.
that these
Abron
people are all
Africa
not
Town.
crooked. Just, it's hard for me. It's really hard for me.
Herminia Caraveo, Maria Ponce, Liz Palacio,
Is he crying?
Marily Huerta, Maritza Hernandez, Ian Jameson, and Larry Foundation, please.
Are you
Good morning.
crying?
If you could please remind us of
He's
the name
crying.
that you signed up under and
I'm
the items
Abram
you'd like
from
to speak
Africa
on.
Town. Now, listen, y'all love y'all developers or bankers or...
No, he was
perks
crying.
and
I've
shit.
seen some
That's why y'all
tears
on the
down
damn
that cheek,
phone.
Brick.
Y'all love this
He was crying.
prejudice, this bias, this other shit. You know, De Leon, his Skid Row is his other district. The majority is African Americans. They had 4118 that does sweeps. So you see how he treats them over there. So you know how you want to take the 8th district, and you are a part of his anti-black, anti-aboriginal. And item 21, whoever votes on that,
Aborigines?
is with him too, against us, our black power. So y'all better keep him out of office. Anybody in the audience that's, or whoever in his other districts, get him out of office because he's an anti-African American trying to take our black power. You ain't never take our black power. Black power.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
If I said white power, do you think it would be taken the same way? If I went and did the same thing he just did and just said white power?
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
My name is Tenacity. I signed up and y'all skipped me, but I definitely clicked submit on that list. So I'm going to go speaking on item 21 and general public comment.
It is.
So you have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general
Apparently
public.
it is now. Same with an American flag.
Kevin De Leon,
Sad.
eres un mentiroso.
Love the flag.
Eres un narciso. Eres un diablo. How many ways do we need to say that you have no place here? You lost that place. To be in a place is a privilege. To be elected is a privilege. It is not a sense of entitlement the way you have been walking around. And for you to propose any sort of legislation, and for anyone on this body to be going here with you in co-sponsorship, is a complete and utter disregard for the will of the people. It's obvious that you don't care about the shame that walks and carries with you every single day. You come to this body and you pretend that nothing is going on, nothing has gone wrong. So it's absolutely insane.
Next speaker, please.
With the virtual signaling.
It's funny how we haven't seen. Talk about virtual signaling.
Next
we haven't
speaker,
seen
please.
you guys all year until the 1 year anniversary. Now all of a sudden you guys show up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because
you had
the
only
news
signed
is
up for
here.
one item on my list, but go ahead for one more minute.
Virtual signal.
General
Got
public
it.
comment.
Y'all be so quick to try to shut up the people that you're supposed to serve. It is shameful. Yet again, how many times are you going to keep up with this disrespect for the people who are holding you accountable? If BLM, White People for Black Lives, People City Council wasn't here holding you accountable, imagine how much more corruption would even be going on. KDL, why do you feel that you have the right to go forth in yet another election, just adding more of the hurt, more of the pain every time we see your face, your ugly face, that we have to endure this again? And the fact that you want to sue for the racism that you are spewing, it's just egregious. When does it stop? Enough is enough. KDL, get the fuck out of office.
Next speaker, please.
Good morning.
Why they all have
Please
masks?
remind us of the name that you signed up
scared.
under and the
Yeah.
items you would
At
like
least
to
we
speak
don't
on.
have to see the
Meraki,
face.
They, she pronouns with Baji, Black Alliance for Just Immigration, speaking on item 21 in public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment.
Yep. So a year ago, when those racist audio recordings were leaked, the people of CD14 and all of Los Angeles made a loud and resounding call for Kevin's resignation. He did not listen. And he may just be the most hated man in CD14 in all of LA. A favorability poll on CD14 found Kevin to be the most known, but somehow the most unfavorable amongst the 3 public officials running for CD14. Kevin, how you gonna be the most known and the most hated? How you gonna do that? I know how. It's because you step on our communities time and time again to elevate yourself. And we cannot and we will not subject ourselves to further gaslighting or harm with your racist bitch ass. We said it a year ago, and we'll say it again today, and we'll say it as long as we have to. KDL must go! KDL must go! There is no room for his blatant racism and violent political manipulation. We build collective power in this room by renouncing his bigotry that only serves to divide us. We are rejecting anti-blackness. We're rejecting his anti-indigenous rhetoric and practices. We're rejecting the fact that he's anti-poor and working class people. The youth in this room today, I need you to know that this man is here to harm your future, not help it. The working people in here today, I need you to know he is not for labor. He is not for the working class people. He is actively against it. Black people in this room, Latinos in this room, I need you to know Kevin De Leon is against us. He's hiding in a corner instead of facing the public like he usually does. This man is against the people. He is not here for Los Angeles. And to continue to stand by Kevin in light of his clear anti-blackness is deplorable. To remain silent when he tries to evade accountability is unethical. So we continue to demand his resignation. We will continue to build a stronger and powerful Los Angeles without Kevin. We will mend the wounds that people like Kevin have inflicted upon our city. And the first step is for him to resign.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Yeah. Notice how they never include white folks. El Blanco Diablo.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak on.
Sí, mi nombre es María Ponce. Estoy para hacer el comentario público. Va a ser en español.
María Ponce, and I will give a public comment.
Okay. So you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Tiene un minuto para su comentario. Puede dar una pausa para poder traducir, por favor.
Sí. Yo soy madre de un niño con autismo. Ha sido difícil tener un trabajo. Y me gustaría que el basic income se hiciera posible.
I'm a mother of an autistic child, and it's very difficult now to find a job. So I would like this basic income ordinance to be possible.
Sé que va a ayudar a muchas familias a pagar su renta, su comida y sus biles. Y con ese dinero puedo ahorrar para la universidad de mis hijos, que es tan importante.
I know that this will help to pay our housing, food, and necessities for our kids' education also, which is so important. So.
Yo pago mis impuestos cada año. Soy responsable con eso. Soy un estudiante de Southwest College. Estoy estudiando inglés porque quiero progresar para estar bien en este país.
And I pay my taxes yearly. I'm a student at Southwest College. I want to be right and progress with the country.
Y gracias. Ojalá que se apruebe el Basic Income.
Thank you. I just want you to please approve basic income.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
My name is Maritza Hernandez, and I'm giving general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Thank you, committee members. My name is Maritza Hernandez, and I am a student organizer with United Parents and Students. And I believe in GBI because it offers social stability. This is important to me because it would help my family be able to pay our bills and not have to be stressed on how or where we are going to get money in order to get by for the rest of the month. With GBI, my family would be able to live more financially stable and not have to constantly have to worry about having food on the table or keeping the lights on. On behalf of my family, my committee, and my fellow advocates, I am asking you, the LA City Council, to allocate $18 million towards GBI in LA. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker,
Dang,
please.
everybody wants money, man. I'm just going to come down here. You know, everybody behind me is asking for money, so fuck it, man. I'm asking for money, too. Like, can I get a couple dollars, man?
Good morning.
Good morning. If you
Good morning.
If you could please remind us of the name.
I ain't finna want to work no more neither.
Like to speak up.
My name is Herminia Caraveo, public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Thank you, committee members. My name is Herminia Caraveo, and I am a community advocate. Basic guarantee income is important to me personally because I was one of the families that did not qualify. I know there's other people in the community in the same position as me or wasn't able or wasn't chosen at the time. My husband works in 2 jobs, and like so many others, to meet our financial needs in this current economic climate. On behalf of my family, my community, and my fellow advocates, I am respectfully requesting a budget of $18 million to help families and the community. Thank you for your urgent attention in this matter, which affects so many of your constituents. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker,
Yeah, just
please.
guaranteed income. I mean, are you kidding me? So you think work levels are going to go up when you have a guaranteed income? And you're paying all the dummies that don't do nothing to pay them as much as the people that actually do work hard and just want more?
And I will be doing a general public comment.
Great world
So
you're
you have
creating.
1 minute.
Thank you, committee members, for being here. My name is Morelli, and I am a junior in high school, but I am also a young organizer with United Parents and Students. I am here because guaranteed basic income is very important to me and my community, because it is important that we have social stability in order to help form a safe and welcoming community. I come from a low-income family in Florence Firestone, where we sometimes struggle to pay our monthly expenses, and we have to sometimes choose between paying our expenses and bringing food to the table. This I see that causes stress among my parents and my family. GBI would help my family and many others with this problem and help us open many more opportunities for us. On behalf of my family, my community, and my fellow advocates, I am asking you, the LA City Council, to allocate $18 million towards GBI in Los Angeles and help create a change amongst families. Thank you for being here.
I know you say it's 18 million to drop in the bucket, but first off, that's not your money. That's others that you're spending. Not to mention, it starts with 18 million. Then it goes to another 25, then to 50. Then, we need this, we need a car, we need free health insurance, free dental.
My name is Larry Foundation. I wish to speak under public comment.
So you have 1 minute.
Thank you. My name is Larry Foundation. I'm Executive Director, United Parents and Students. We are here with our group today to testify on behalf of restoring Big Leap as part of the 2024-2025 city budget. Big Leap ended abruptly. Big Leap 1, that is, ended abruptly in March of this year. As you've heard, a number of people here are testifying both as either how they would benefit, how they did benefit, clearly would benefit. Big Leap, the research shows from Stockton and other places, it stems the tide of homelessness, it turns off the spigot of homelessness. Most money, the preliminary results of Big Leap 1, we'll call it, was spent on food and housing, the two most important things, similar to relief efforts that were mounted in 2020 to alleviate the pandemic. The communities we work in and serve are still suffering not only from health effects, but also from the ongoing economic exacerbation of poverty that includes during the pandemic. We believe, Big Leap is an important cog, an important strategy to help alleviate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please. And as our next speaker is coming up, I'm going to call Marily Huerta, Myra Solis, Raymond Liu, Shaylee Chun, Sheila, and the letter V, please.
Good morning. Which of the items would you like to speak on?
Ian Jamison, general public comment.
Victory.
So you have 1 minute.
In the past few days, many of you have condemned the terrorist attacks by Hamas, but none of you have condemned the half-century illegal occupation by the State of Israel of the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. Many of you have expressed sympathy for the Israeli civilians who are being killed, but none of you have expressed sympathy for the Palestinian civilians who have been killed. Ms. Hernandez and Mr. Soto Martinez, you've said nothing. Ms. Park, Ms. Rahman, and Ms. Yaroslavsky, you have conflated international Jewry with the State of Israel, which is the purest anti-Semitism. I know Jews who don't give a shit about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I know Jews who sympathize with the Palestinians, and I know Jews who sympathize with the Israelis. And to to treat Jews as a racial monolith is the purest racism. Fuck anti-Semitism, fuck anti-Arab racism, fuck ethnic apartheid, fuck medical apartheid, free Palestine, and also fuck Kevin DeLeon. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think it's a Bernie shirt, but I can't see it, Steve.
Next speaker,
he wears it all the time. I mean, it might be like a spoof shirt, that looks like the Bernie shit, but it isn't Bernie.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the
Can't
name
quite
that you
tell you.
signed up
My eyes
under
are
and
fucking.
the items you would like to
My
speak
eyes
on.
can't. I can't see.
My name is Shaylee Chun, and I'm doing a general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
Thank you, City Council. My name is Shaylee Chun, and I am a student and a young organizer with the nonprofit organization United Parents and Students. GBI is important to me because research shows that GBI reduces crime rates. In my neighborhood, there are frequently break-ins to homes and robberies, which makes it hard for my family and I to feel safe in our neighborhood. With GBI, it will prevent these incidents from increasing and make the community safe for everyone. On behalf of my family, my community, and fellow advocates, I am asking you, the LA City Council, to allocate $18 million towards GBI in LA. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
No, I don't see Mr. Herman or anyone. Mr. Sachs, Mr. Harlan, nobody.
Sorry, are you ready to speak, Speaker? Go ahead.
Greenspan. Only Spindler. He's the only one there. Not even Stacy's there.
I signed up under Bellingham, but my real name is Richie Sergenko, and obviously, Paul's maneuvering the thing up there. So
which of the items would you like to speak
What
on?
is that?
21, 24
Anybody?
in general public comment, please.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes
Not
for
a
the
soccer
items
team
and
or
1 minute for
something?
general public comment. Please begin with the items.
24, it's a Imelda Padilla is signed on with Kevin De Leon, $400 to light up City Hall for World Tuberculosis Day. But, the fact that you put your name on a motion with Kevin De Leon, just normalizing that we have a violent racist on city council, that this is just the normalization, and the fact that Kevin is still here.
Stacy didn't speak.
Even
Andrew spoke,
hundreds
yeah.
of thousands of people. The president of the United States, Kevin, you're looking down, and we live in the U.S., right? And the president is supposedly the most powerful person.
Unless that's
here.
her.
That dude told you to resign, Kevin. What?
Is that
You're
her?
fucking racist. You need to go. You can't even look up because you're a coward. You were looking through those blinds yesterday, though, when people were outside your house. People aren't forgetting about this, Kevin. And let's not forget about why Kevin was in that room 2 years ago. He was talking about rigging redistricting maps to cut black people out of their political power in this city. So, yeah, he's a violent racist, but also he was maneuvering to cut up redistricting maps. That doesn't seem, we're talking about illegal behavior, and Staffer B. John Lee just popped up in my vision. I'm like, what's up, dude? How many people have you flipped on so far to avoid the federal indictment? How many, John?
All right, are you
There's
going to
John
speak
right
to the
there.
agenda, or
There's John's head right
I'm
there.
sorry. Well, Kevin De Leon's not the only racist in the room, right? We got Paul KKK Kokorian up top. And Paul, you can roll your eyes, you can do whatever, say whatever. Let's talk about how you keep subjecting the police on a 15-year-old black baby, huh? You know what it's like when you call the police on a black person, right? But you keep subjecting Jason Reedy and his baby to police violence every single time you ask the police to remove him. And we were here 2 weeks ago, Paul. You can't look up because you're a fucking racist coward, right? We know you're a racist coward, huff and puff, blah, blah, blah. But Paul, Jason Reedy, you kicked him out without a warning 2 weeks ago. That's just anti-black racist behavior. And then you're demanding, officers, get him out of here, get him out of here. You look like a fascist fucking authoritarian up there, Paul. You are a white supremacist racist. You live with that. Take that to your fucking home. You take that till you fucking die, Paul.
Next speaker, please. Your time's expired. Sit down. Next speaker, please.
Sit down, Paul.
You're instructed to be silent.
Paul,
so that
thank
we
you so
can
much for the
proceed with
dono.
meeting.
Paul Gamar.
What the fuck happened, Paul?
Next speaker.
You pink-skinned bitch.
morning.
What
Spanish,
happened?
Hola, señora. Si puede, por favor, dar una pausa después de cada
Fucking
frase.
Spindler loved that. Look at him. He's clapping. He loved it. Look at him over there.
So which of the items would you like to speak
Paul
on?
loves it when people go in on Paul. I mean, Spindler loves it when people
¿Y a
go
qué
in on him.
tema va a hablar? ¿Escucha?
Sí.
Escúchame.
Soy Mayra Solís, solo un comentario general. Buenos días, gracias por la oportunidad de hacer un comentario. Mi nombre es Mayra Solís y soy residente del sur de Los Ángeles.
Hi, well, thanks for the opportunity to make this public comment. I'm Myra Solis, a resident of South Central Los Angeles.
Almost buenos
Desde hace muchos años he estado involucrada en la comunidad, en donde la mayoría somos de bajos recursos.
Well, so many years I've been involved in this community, and the majority are all of low income.
Hoy vine aquí para pedirles a ustedes no nos dejen morir el programa de ingreso básico garantizado.
I want to ask you, please
Macias.
don't
Come
let
on,
this
man.
guaranteed basic income program die.
Ya que este ha beneficiado a muchas personas,
Because the Big League program has benefited so many people,
pudiendo permanecer en sus hogares y también para buscar mejores empleos.
allowing them to stay in their homes and looking for better jobs.
Todos los hemos sido impactados con el recorte de horas en nuestros trabajos.
We've all been impacted by a cut of hours at work.
Sabemos lo difícil que es pagar la renta, alimentar a nuestras familias.
And we know how hard it is to pay for the rent and have to feed our families.
Por esa razón quiero pedir a quienes tengan en sus manos votar.
So this is the reason why I want to ask whoever has the power to vote.
Que voten sí para que haya un presupuesto para seguir en el programa.
Please vote yes, so there'll be a
Y que extiendan
funds
más
for the program.
sus beneficiarios en su voto.
Speaker, your time has
Depende
expired.
que menos personas pierdan sus hogares.
So that less people lose their homes with your
Thank
vote.
you.
Thank you. Gracias, señora.
Thank you.
Silencioso,
Next
please.
speaker,
Gracias.
please.
Nah, that doesn't look like Stacy in the hoodie. That's all I thought. Maybe that was her. I don't know.
Good morning.
Maybe it is her.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Which of the items would you like to speak on?
Public comment.
So you have 1 minute for general public comment.
And what's your name, sir? Sorry.
Thank you, sir. Aloha, ladies and gentlemen, and staff of City Council. My name is Raymond Liu. I'm a Parks Activity Film Monitor and a member of AFSC ME 3090. Also a former member of the International Cinematographers Loco 600. Many people are unaware of our Park Film Office and or what we do. Our job is a very unique skill set, and we love it. We'd like a living wage increase, living in this great city with $22 an hour and no overtime as a part or half-timer. We'd also like travel time mileage tied to our MOU, especially if we're asked to use our private vehicles daily. We're not allowed to work over 1,040 hours in a year. However, most of us have exhausted that 1,040 hours in 8 to 10 hours. Thank you for your time.
I mean, 20 an hour. Yeah, you can work at Chipotle. You can work at McDonald's and get 20 an hour. And they'll allow you to do overtime, more than 10 hours. The best is they won't allow. They'll only allow them 10 hours a week, and they're crying
Could you
about
please
overtime.
Remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Sheila, also known as
We're
Black
working
number
10 hours
2,
a week.
and I signed up for item number 1, item number 2, 21, and public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Public safety is not what y'all think it is. It is not a raise to cops. It is not giving almost half of the budget to cops. Public safety is the community that comes to City Hall. Public safety is getting KDL out of that seat, out of City Hall, and hell out of LA, because LA has no room for racists. KDL is the antithesis of public safety, not only because of what he said, but what he did, what it means, and the policies he has voted for, including 4118, and that includes all of you who also voted on it. That's not public safety. Public safety is not the divisiveness KDL attempted to ramp up to divide Black, Latinx, and Indigenous communities. The thing
So,
is,
Speaker, I'm not sure which of the items
I'm
you're speaking
speaking on public safety. I'm speaking on item 2.
So item 2 is not
Anyway,
about public
like I
safety
was
generally. It's about the false fire alarm program.
Yes, that's about public safety. As I was saying,
False fire alarms. That's what Democrats do. They pull those when they're voting.
not the anti-blackness overtly and covertly demonstrated by City Hall and the Nazis you allow to speak while you criminalize a black father and a black child. Stripping black people of political and electoral power is not public safety. Moving on to the next item, when we're talking about tuberculosis, Padilla, why would you co-sign a motion with disgraced racist KDL? This is essentially an endorsement. Let me remind you, you lie down with dogs, you're gonna get fleas. Let this be a message to anyone who supports him with dollars or in any way. You are just as guilty as he is. None of you should be voting on any of his motions. He shouldn't be here. On principle, every single one of you should refuse to sign on or vote for anything he puts forward. He isn't on committees for a reason. He shouldn't be here. He shouldn't get to use our tax dollars to do giveaways and events in an attempt to bolster his campaign. KDL, let's be clear. You are a fucking racist. You are anti-black, you are anti-indigenous, and you as the offender do not get to determine what is offensive. That is determined by those who you hurt and harmed. Black folks and indigenous folks, and they made it perfectly fucking clear that you, along with your neighbors, that you need to go. Don't you wish you had a window to close right about now? Don't you wish you had blinds you can close right about now? There is no window to close. There is no blind to close. You have been exposed as the fucking racist that you are. 25 black people continue to yell at your racist ass every single day, and we will until you get out of office. The thing is, though, you made a major miscalculation. We are more than 25 black people. We have been and will continue to bring our brothers, our siblings, our aunties, our uncles, our babies, our grandparents, our allies. All of us are united against your racist ass. KDL must go. KDL will go. KDL must go.
General public
Thank you.
comment.
KDL will go.
That's your time. Next speaker. Next speaker, Spindler.
Oh, Spindler's coming
Spindler.
up. Shit, yeah. Oh, Marquise Harrison Austin's in there. The next to be indicted. Oh, hell yeah. Here we go. Another
If you could
BLMer.
Please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
V and public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment.
So I'm glad Krikorian is still here because I want to talk to him. I'm not going to talk to somebody who doesn't listen, KDL. Thank you. But I know Krikorian listens because he regurgitated the language of community and organizers last night on the radio. He said that the purpose of the tape, you know, the one we've all been talking about, I'm not going to waste my time, to disempower African Americans through redistricting. Talking about the tape like it was something abstract. That's what the tape did. The tape did that, y'all. It was the tape. It wasn't any people. But KDL is innocent. And he also said that if he were to do something about it, like remove somebody from office or keep him suspended, would have left his district without representation. No, that would have left the district without random holiday food giveaways that every other organization in the city is perfectly capable of doing without needing the power of the city. And you can actually do things with that power that the city gives you. And yeah. And also, you should be investigating all of the laws that were implemented by the tapes, guys. It was the tapes.
Thank you, Spindler.
Ah, shit, yeah. Spindler's coming on down. With the giant coffee, you know he's going to be worked up.
Good morning. Which of the items would you like to speak on?
All the fucking items available in general fucking public comment.
So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public
Come on
comment.
there, Marquise.
Please begin with the item.
I signed up as Muhammad Atta. Call a fucking card, man. Now we got item 1. What is this? Appropriations for $8 million. Oh no. Well, that looked like $8 billion fucking dollars. $8 billion fucking dollars in this budget. But it takes Imelda 2 fucking years to cut some weeds on Burbank Boulevard. What the fuck's that? You know that? It took her 2 years to clear the weeds on Burbank Boulevard. She finally did it. You know, you got $8 billion here. You should have been done the fucking second day you took office. Where's $8 billion going? How much of this are you stealing, man? I wish the puppet were here. He could tell me, you know. Then we get to item 2, the false fire alarm program. Oh, you want to charge a fee. Another goddamn fucking tax that you call a goddamn fucking fee on goddamn legitimate goddamn fucking businesses. Running them out of here. What are these businesses going to do for money? You take away all the parking with your fucking bike lanes and your fucking bus lanes and your fucking tollway zones. You take away opportunities to fucking hire people by raising these minimum wages artificially. Now your alarm goes off and you got to pay a goddamn fucking fee to who? The LAPD? Fuck that, man. No on that shit. And then we get to the one, the only, council member working, Kevin De Leon at CD14. Look at this good shit he's doing here. Look at that, track maps. How about that? Number 20, another track map. Look at that, 21. Regulations of World Tuberculosis Day, signed up by Imelda Padilla. Of course she has to sign for it.
Quesadilla?
You think any of you give a shit about tuberculosis? None of you give a fuck about tuberculosis. There's only 2 council members that do. And I appreciate you bringing that forward. Another good job. Then we get CD10. This is laughable. The unelected, non-voting member, Heather Hutt, who fucking sits in Mark Ridley Thomas's seat. He is the legitimate member of this board, not you. He's out on bail.
Yeah, federally
charged. That's how fucked up
convicted.
The case is by the FBI. They can't even put the guy in jail. It's laughable. You don't need to be submitting any motions. Get off this council and hold a special election in CD10 so black people can vote for their own rep.
General public comment?
Now we get to the shit. The what?
General public
You have
comment?
a minute for general public
Yes.
comment.
Now, it wasn't a year ago. The meeting was 2 years ago. When Nuri forced Kevin to go to that meeting and forced him to sit there and listen to her racist bullshit. That's why he's saying the things he said on the fucking tape. What do you think he was going to say? Hey, Nuri, I'm not going to let you talk about black people and indigenous people anymore when we go back to the council. You know what Nuri would have done to him? He would have thrown him off committees, taken all his money out of his district. That's why he's talking like that, people. The guy's not a fucking racist. It was a leaked tape. A year ago, the leaked tape. Who leaked the fucking tape? We know who recorded it. Who leaked it, huh? Why don't we get the cell phone records from Nuri Martinez I asked for a year ago? Maybe you'll find the answer.
Find the rata.
All right. That concludes our in-person public comment.
You'll definitely
We have an
find the rat.
announcement from Councilmember Hernandez. You cannot disrupt.
Oh, they hate De Leon.
You cannot disrupt.
So everyone who's shouting, you're disrupting this meeting. We
Here it
cannot
goes.
move forward with the announcement and the public comment. So please do not disrupt this meeting.
That's the final comment. We've got to clear the room.
We've got to clear the room.
Sergeant, subject.
So,
Sergeants,
Mr. Chair,
clear
I
the
believe
room.
that it's everybody who's standing on the left side who's chanting, who has been warned multiple times and is still disrupting this meeting.
We'll ask everyone who's disrupting the meeting to be removed from the meeting now, sergeants.
So for everyone in the back, particularly on the left side, you have been asked to leave the meeting after been given multiple warnings.
Look at all the cops coming in. Oh, boy. Here comes the cops.
We need you to leave the meeting.
That's them
quietly
muting
and
it.
quickly so that we can
We're
resume
asking
the meeting.
everybody to leave quietly.
That's them muting it, not me. So you don't hear it.
You've been excused from the meeting and asked to leave.
Yeah, the jail is a few blocks away, but yes, LA County Men's Jail is right there, not very far. Just a very few blocks away. The federal jail is a little closer.
And for the record, the group that was disrupting the meeting is still refusing to leave. Among them, I do see Mr. Rabner, Ms. Camille Lewis, among many others.
And Miss Lewis is the one that always hangs out with and Stacy Cigar.
And that they've been
Bollinger.
warned and asked to leave the meeting pursuant to Rule 7 and Rule 12.
Mr. Reedy, you're excused from the meeting. Mr. Reedy, you're excused from the meeting. Mr. Reedy, you're excused from the meeting. You're excused from the meeting subject to Rule 7 and Rule 12. Please leave the meeting quietly. You were removed from the meeting.
Yeah, Africa
We
Town
ask
is going
you
down.
to leave quietly.
It's like listening to the jets fly around in Gaza.
Mr. Reedy, you need to head towards the door. You need to head towards the door.
Oh, they hate KDL, yeah. And everybody's doing their best to kind of shuffle around it, and that it was a secret
Mr.
recording.
Reedy,
That
you've been
doesn't
asked
make
to
it any
leave. Please
different.
be silent as you exit the meeting. You have already been directed that you have been removed.
Look at him. He's about asleep.
All right.
The one in the gray
We
is
have an announcement from
federally
Councilmember
indicted already.
Hernandez from the
He's
First
about to go to
District.
jail any day now.
Thank you, Council President Pro Tem.
Shit,
Good
yeah, she
morning,
got all
everyone.
done up today.
I just want to uplift that we have some students here today from my alma mater, Franklin High School,
They had to
in
hear-
Highland Park
they
in
had to hear
Northeast
all
LA.
that.
These group of young people are here because we opened up a contest for students to be able to produce proposals to solve issues in their community. And so there was a lack of access to food, a lack of access to housing, a lack of access to safe space, a lack of space where you don't have to be on technology. And so these group of students have proposed different solutions,
Damn it, they
such as
changed the
a
camera
food
angle.
pantry for the school, a pantry for other things, a space where it's technology free. And these are just some of the ideas that we're going to be funding. But I just really want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for sitting through that. They're touring City Hall. Hopefully we can bring them up to our office as well. And thank you for sitting through that. We're at the 1-year anniversary of a very impactful event happening in the city of Los Angeles. And what you're hearing is community very frustrated because there's been a lack of accountability for a lot of harm that has happened. But that's democracy. You know, we have a spectrum of people on this council who believe in different things.
I love
We're all
him.
working together. And so I'm just grateful that you all get to see that. I hope that we can pass the baton to you all soon so that some of us can retire sooner than later. But just thank you for bringing these solutions forward, for not being shy about it, and just for your dedication to your community and to your school. And I know that they say it at Franklin, but I'm going to say it right here, that once you're a Panther, you're always a Panther for life. So thank you so much for being here today. And please
Pinche
let's give a big round of
Pantera.
applause to these folks uplifting solutions in our communities.
Thank you. Please stand
She's
up
the
and
Pantera,
recognize us. Try to get them on the camera. And don't worry, we're not letting Ms. Hernandez retire anytime soon. Miss Rodriguez.
I know how quickly you want to retire. Only 1 year in, not even a year in yet. No, I wanted to recognize you and thank you, Ms. Hernandez, for bringing them in. My father and my mother and a lot of members of my family are Franklin Panthers, and you know, there's a lot of history of Franklin producing a number of civic leaders in Los Angeles, and so you come from a very long, proud history. Thank you for your early engagement. At this stage, at any level, you have the ability to contribute to making our city better, and that's what's really important, is taking action. There's a lot of advocacy, there's a lot of, loudspeak, but actions speak louder than words. And so thank you for stepping into that space and trying to find ways of being problem solvers. I want to also invite you to look into the youth development departments, the Olivia Mitchell Youth Council. That's another opportunity for you to ascend to the next step of civic engagement, and want to invite you all to look to, I think the cycle's already done for this new cohort, and clearly you're already familiar with it, but very proud of that opportunity for young people in the city to become more civically engaged. Welcome to your city hall. Take an opportunity to see probably one of the best views in the city from the top of the Bradley Tower. Welcome and thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Hernandez. Councilmember Padilla.
So excited to see you guys here. Your principal, Ms. Marquez Martinez, was actually my AP Spanish teacher. And
we know your
I
Spanish is
vividly
terrible,
remember,
so don't give her a
how
shout
Ms.
out.
Marquez, as a teacher, would talk about how
she
it
wouldn't
was
be
her
happy with your
dream
Spanish.
to someday be the principal at Franklin, to go
Or
back
your
to her
English.
alma mater and, you know, be the principal there. And now that she's there, there's nothing that makes me more happy to see her make her own dreams come true as an educator. So just to kind of reiterate what my colleagues have said, you know, dream big. Dreams do come true. And I hope that while you're here, you get exposed to a lot of visions of how you yourselves are going to really be leaders someday. So thank you for being here and
A lot
have
of
fun.
visions. I
All
like
right,
Larry
congratulations
Goodfast.
to
She
you all.
always
Thank you
makes
for
me
being
laugh.
here. Big round of applause.
I wish she would have
Thank you,
spoken
Ms. Hernandez.
Spanish. I don't know what's worse though. Her Spanish is pretty bad. That last bilingual speech she did was
all
pretty
right.
bad.
Now we're going to the phones. We have public comment by phone. We're going to hear from callers for 10 minutes. So we'll begin with the first caller.
Granted, better than my Spanish, but yeah.
First caller.
But I never
which
took
items would you
Spanish
like
in
to
school.
speak on?
Should have.
Yeah, hi, Daniel Gus, Substack.com. I'm going to be very direct today. I'll just speak on general public comment.
Does he talk about Brock talking about him? Let's see.
Yes, council members on danielgus.substack.com. I have a story pondering why the 3 members of City Council, 20%, endorsed by the Democratic Socialists of America, have not spoken up on whether they continue to embrace the organization that celebrated a terrorist attack in Israel this weekend. But here's my question, council members. Failure to reject a celebration of kidnapping, rape, and mass murder of children in front of their mothers, the elderly in Israel, where other people from other ethnicities and other nationalities is going to trigger another temple massacre in Los Angeles or a mass shooting in a mall. And if you don't address this today, your silence on this issue will be your implicit approval.
Mr. Gus, your time has expired. Next caller.
See, he would have got his message out had he not done 2 selfless fucking shameless posts for himself or shout outs or whatever you want to call them.
I'll speak on 21.
Oh, Robit.
Number 1, 22.
2 plugs, shameless plugs.
One, I think 23 and general public comment.
So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items first.
The Los Angeles City Council, Sleazy Council, is a criminally insane organization of organized crime and nothing more. These young people sitting there need to realize that, number 1. Number 21, this item is by, of course, the infamous Kevin Leon. Ms. Padilla, you need to sit there and shut your damn mouth because you've disgraced yourself putting your name with this guy. But in actuality, he belongs sitting right there, not just in jail, but right there alongside of the rest of the city council criminals. John Lee, racist Asian John Lee, racist Asian John Lee. Look forward to your indictment. We're sending out public letters demanding it. This item should not be voted on by John Lee because he's a criminal, nor De Leon. It shouldn't be voted on by Curran Coon Price, indicted. He's sitting there voting on your items, public.
This is live.
Indicted, technically out on bail, voting on your items. We have racist Asian staffer B. John Lee about to be indicted. De Leon, disgusting disgrace. This is our sleazy council of corruption and circuitry. Heather Hutt voting on 4118s and LAPD $1 billion budget. Who's racist? The black community has no representation.
So, caller, I can't tell which item you're speaking on. Please identify the item you're speaking on.
Item number 21.
Iron Dome rocket.
Sleazy Marqueezy. I'm talking about item 21. But I'll go on and say current price shouldn't be voting on this item. Neither should Heather Hutt because she has not been elected. Do you got that, Dawson? Owner of $10 million in luxury offices in the past few years, 4118 votes, and a LAPD $1 billion vote. That's on you and the rest of these coon black politicians. None of them should be voting on number 21. Do you get it? My head was full of stuffing. If I only had a brain. I hope you got that. Now, item number
General public
22.
comment?
Hutt, yes. Hutt, Dawson, Kuhn, Current, Price. All three voted for the $1 billion LAPD budget recently. Who's racist, public? All three of these coons vote for 4118 motions against black people. Who's racist? Yes, D. Leon is racist. Petty Pinkface Krikorian is racist. He's thrown more people out of City Hall in the past few months than in the entire history of the city of Los Angeles, 1781. And why? Because people are protesting their corrupt government. The black community has no representation in these coons. Curran indicted, out on bail. Sleazy Marquise, $10 million.
Caller, your time has expired. And before we move on to the next caller, just for the members of the public who are listening in, please know that this body does not condone or consent to or agree with the statements that are made during public comment, but we are required to allow them to give their public comment. So, next caller?
I say something.
Next caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Caller, how's my vagina look?
Yeah, it's Eric Previn. I'd like to speak on the available items and also a general public comment.
So the items that are available for public comment, Mr. Previn, are 1 and 2 and 19 through 24. So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
Sure. Well, certainly the Willits settlement was one of the great abnegations of this council that would go into closed session to discuss the handicap and disabled access issues year after year, causing I think $20-something million a year to come into that space to fix up what was neglected by allowing folks who are disabled to suffer and entities to take advantage, and the city council would go into closed session. And the people who ran the closed session for the last 10 years...
So, Mr. Previn, the Willett settlement is not on the agenda. Which of the agenda items are you speaking to?
I disagree. Aging is certainly on the... and what about Kaplan, Kirsch, and Rockwell? May I speak on that? That is the great law firm that's being engaged for $750,000.
So again, the items that are open for public comment are 1 and 2 and 19 through 24. So please identify which of the item you're speaking to, or I'm going to move you over to general public comment.
Well, I'd like to speak on the closed circuit television item.
Holy shit. I know you saw it. I know you saw it.
So
go ahead.
Kindly don't interrupt. And, you make me very nervous when you talk about reducing my time when we have a cultural historical landmark on the agenda. And during an election time, providing that for an individual and a trust.
Look at the smoke rising.
I'd be very appreciative during this campaign period where she has a leg up. So she should take advantage of that, and I'm sure she will. I wanted to just also identify, because it's really upsetting to me, that when I see that $129 million...
Did you see that one, Billy? They ain't playing.
Service is being run up along with...
See the power go out and then they came back in?
Interest. It makes the fiscally prudent seem a little more...
Or people turning on their lights, they're getting out of there like, fuck, that's
edgy.
too close, bro.
The folks who come in the aftermath of your time on council will have to eat those costs and figure out a way. And you can see Blumenfield already feeling
yes,
a little
Jason, this is in Gaza. That's Israel bombing Gaza.
To provide the services that the people really do expect. And, I also note this item about aging, because I want to know that the new council are going to look hard in that space for the fraud that I saw with my own plain eyes. And I was really like, oh my God, how is this possible? Wouldn't Herb Wesson clean it up? But it seemed like it was all part of a big, happy control of a lot of money and a murky amount of services.
After the city council will put up the audio for that.
As I head to my...
You'll have to hear the jets and drones.
I wanted to say it's interesting how many people came down today on demand to call for Kevin De Leon.
General public comment?
Yeah, I'm going there now. Thank you, Mr. Gross. You've done an adequate job of staying out of my way, so I appreciate that. But I want my council member Rahman, who we revere, of course, but We need her to step up against the kind of billionaires. And Horvath, I think, is ready to join her because it's not reasonable what's being offered at in Studio City. And I know you got into it with your land use team to make a little deal that everybody's going to like. We don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. I don't like the idea of giving over the county's land where the public can go now without incident to the Harvard Westlake so that they can put up little guys on those segways coming over and writing people. I don't even know what. We don't have. Leave it alone. Let it be what it is what the appropriate thing to do is. And the zone change is discretionary. I know Edgar Kaladian likes to ply people with his exciting Eric Garcetti stench, but it's not what we need. We do not need this project. It should not happen in our neighborhood because it's.
Mr. Previn, your time has expired.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Can I see your penis?
1, 2, 1.
Just want her to say it one time.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for
She
general
should be a
public
phone
comment.
sex operator.
Please
with that
begin with
voice.
the item.
1. The other, you have a budget reform or report here. You have to get different numbers when you just the fiscal budget come through. You're taking all that money, giving it to overtime for LAPD. Still don't have a class in session. The academy recruits to fill that void there, but the money will be given and spent. Usually is. If it's in your pocket, you will spend it.
You'd pay for it?
All that money being taken away from toilets and showers, the people out there in the community, again, it being going. Number 2, on number 2, before it's going to be double dipping, you have a home alarm system and ever had a false alarm, you already know. Send out LAPD or the fire department, and they hit you with a fine. You pay for it already. For you to get an additional fee, LA Fire Department or the police department, when the alarm system companies already give that to them, double dipping. Double dipping. They already get that from them. Officers, even though if you tell them it was a false alarm, no, they can collect their $275 reporting. Even though you tell them, no, I just put the wrong code. You have to show up. Why? Because they get paid for showing up. It's a waste of the people's time, and they could be doing something else other than that. Already confirmed that that's already been done. E1. Getting a little sad to see that Emilia Padilla still attached through Neri Martinez, Kevin De Leon. Already the 5th thing that I've seen her sign up, endorse Mr. Kevin De Leon situation. De Leon, just because you filed for a lawsuit doesn't change the remarks you said. The Councilman Black puppet gun is not an accessory bag. It's like you don't seem to grasp. The president told you, down, get away. You're just going to forget.
What?
So Rodriguez took the time to make a news article on Spectrum. Hey, there's more than those 3 people
stuck on hold
should be brought out. I think you owe it to the city before this election and those people.
General public comment.
Really do.
Don't hang up.
No public comment again. We have an election coming up. Monica, it's the time to go on Spectrum and make this interview or one.
Spectrum?
Whatever it was.
Fuck
I
Spectrum.
get that you go in front of the people and say there's more people involved. No more people deserve that information. To us before this election, we're going to make a change in that difference in that district. City council, for the city completely, need to bring that information forward. You didn't just say it to say it. Do something. Doesn't matter who recorded it, who leaked it. Person leaked it to harm someone, there's your lawsuit. There's no lawsuit yet, Mr. De Leon. Gather all the information I want. So I hurt you, my words, there's no lawsuit. You don't.
Caller, your time has expired.
You can see the smoke rising.
All right,
from
that
all
concludes our public comment for today's meeting. Thank everybody who showed up to the meeting and everybody who called in.
Sorry, Brock.
Madam Clerk, what's available for the council
to Brock and
vote
Jason
on at this time?
Calling
Mr. President, council may now vote on items 1, 2, and
Swinging the
19
cam.
through 23, sir.
All right, 1, 2, and 19 through 23. Those items are up for a vote. Open the roll. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
Yeah, it looks right there. Okay, maybe.
All right, what's next?
Next is item 24, and that's called
Smoke
special
coming
by
up right there.
Councilmember Rodriguez.
A little bit.
All right. So we'll begin our conversation on this by hearing from Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Harris-Dawson. I believe Ms. Marquez. Thank you for joining us this morning. I want to thank the mayor, obviously, for signing herself up to serve in one of the most challenging roles I think there is on a voluntary basis. She's going to be wearing 2 hats. But in this role, I know it's unprecedented that a mayor has ever appointed themselves into this role. But
can see some fire right there.
Because we didn't have an opportunity to engage in this conversation at the H&H meeting, I wanted to ask specifically about what is the intention or the approach that is going to be taken with respect to delineating and holding accountable all the variety of resources, whether it has been funding through Measure H, those outreach efforts that are funded through LASA, what we've done on the city level. What is the mayor's kind of prioritization, and what is her approach to looking at how we're going to have greater clarity, transparency, and accountability, frankly, given the multitude of dollars and initiatives that are funded for outreach efforts alone?
Sure, that ain't a street lamp.
Good afternoon. The mayor feels that given now's direct supervisorial involvement on the LASA board, that it is imperative that she also participate. The issues that you raise, interesting as you look at their history, in that it has often been the case that the city doesn't know what the county funds, and the county doesn't know
there must be a little
what the
delay
city
here.
funds through the budget process.
Is this one?
And so this gives us the opportunity
How's that such
for
a
exactly
delay?
what you're talking about,
Bro,
transparency.
I know you seen it.
And an integration of a plan.
Dang, look at the smoke coming up.
And so by participating, we're hoping that there'll be greater clarity and a lot more transparency as we move forward. Those issues of outreach they all bring the same thing. We don't know exactly what the county funds. And
have I ever flown an F? I've never flown anything.
A lot of work
Maybe a
in that direction.
paper airplane.
There are many things
That's
now.
the only thing I've ever flown.
County
That's
staff
not true.
and city
Helicopters
staff,
and battlefields
particularly
in the
staff,
game.
are now working on together and sharing documents.
Fly those.
That, from everything I
time to
understand,
time.
have been unprecedented. So we expect that to continue.
So in addition to that, what are some of the other priorities that she intends to really delve in on? Again, this structure has existed for decades. And so I know Supervisor Horvath has appointed herself. I had a conversation with her just, I think, about a week or so ago.
They're bombing the shit out of them right there.
I heard Supervisor
It's even
Barber
more
is
crazy
also
during the
considering
night because you
appointing
can just see
herself.
the
And I guess
flames,
I just want to better
fireballs
understand what is
and
going to
shit.
be the intention of being in that
Couldn't
role.
imagine being right there right
is
now.
It, you know, what are going to be the primary areas of focus when it comes to the time spent there in this role?
They almost all are,
Well,
bud.
As I
but
said,
I agree,
it
this
is
one's
now an
probably
issue of
one of the worst,
both
if not
sides
the.
of the street being there together. The only way that we can actually have throughput, right?
So go
from
watch 'em over there.
encampments to permanent housing.
Roll.
Is it both?
So you can watch 4 at
entities
once.
Of government
Unless
are
you're coming
essential. They each
over
control
here
whether it's us
to,
with housing
tell
dollars
everybody to go
or
over
the
there.
county with services dollars. You need both, and so absolutely, they meet at LASA to a very great degree. And so what we're hoping for is that fuller
But that's probably
integration
it, you know.
so that we
I get it.
understand exactly what the county has.
Motherfuckers
what
who
we
need help.
They understand.
They got to
what
go
we
into
have,
other people's
what they
rooms
need,
and beg for
and we
people to
begin
come watch
work
them on
together.
their
A good
side.
example of this is the LA Alliance case, which you read was settled, and we've gone.
That was the 500-pounder, Bill.
Proposal when the mayor arrived.
Oh, that one took out some
And so
shit.
things like that are going to require an enormous level of collaboration, not just at LASA. That's just
Holy
one
fuck.
of
They
the
are
entities.
pounding
Here,
that
the
hillside
Board of
right now.
Supervisors, and as that relates to any other dollars.
Think that
each,
was two,
anything
not
else,
one?
This gives us
Good,
the
man.
opportunity to work in an integrated manner.
Yeah, I just think that given that, through Inside Safe.
Well, it must
and
be
the
like
amount
an
of
earthquake
flexibility
every
that's
few
been
minutes.
Provided to the mayor's office in this role, now you have this unique opportunity.
Just shaking the
but
land from the boom
really,
of a
the
bomb
bigger
going
focus
off.
is, I think, for the report backs to H&H.
Oh, we could
about
stop
how we're
listening to
going
this fools and
ensure
listen to that if
greater
you want.
Outcomes associated with
Hold on.
what's been funded in that effort, because.
Yeah, these idiots aren't talking about anything we care about anymore anyways, right? Let's be honest. So let's... Oh, you can already hear the buzz. The drone. I'm going to change the title too, guys. Holy shit. Man, you could hear it. Wow. Dude, that was gnarly. Everything look good, guys? Have we had any kind of like buffering moment, even just for a second, that I may not have noticed? Because on my side, it seems to be pretty good. We haven't dropped any frames. You know, the kilobytes are sitting real dead even. I'm just wondering. Because we tried last night, so now we're looking today and seeing if it's okay. Good? Okay, so okay, good. No buffering. Awesome. I appreciate you guys. Oh, shit, yeah, Billy. Bro, it's to the point where it's faster than the speed of sound. We're seeing it, then hearing it. Right? It's just like the A-10 Warthog with that Gatling gun. Like you see it, and then you hear the brrrr. But by the time you hear brrrr, you're already dead anyways. Hear the buzz of the drone? You know what it is, DS? Because I'm hooked to different monitors too, so there must be a delay between the main monitor computer and the ones that I've connected, the little LG ones. Yeah, this is a good feed, man. You know what I mean? You can hear it well. It's moving the cam back and forth, and boy, they're lighting up the night sky with this shit. They did. No, it's not Reuters, PK. It's Directo. a Spanish station, I believe. Yeah, I think it's Spanish. The other ones we were watching were like Reuters and the Independent and the Sun. Just some of them put up, oh, well, we're live, and they're not really live, so I know this is live, obviously. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but, I mean, it is nighttime. You know what I mean? It's the middle of the night there. They're bombing the shit out of them in the middle of the night. So, there is no rest for the wicked, as they say. Bro, if we're counting thunder, that was a good 3 seconds before I heard it. When we saw it, you could have counted 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, maybe even 4 1,000. Okay, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000. It's about 6 seconds, 5, 6 seconds. With this fucking phone. Yeah, it's not very far. Bro, they are using so much ordnance on that hillside. Oh my gosh. Damn, that motherfucker is lighting up the night sky. They said yesterday you ain't seen nothing yet. They said it. You want to be savage, we can be savage. Cat Cam is great, Biz. Well done. Stinks is the star of the show. Grand finale inbound. Like a fireworks show. It's always cool at the end of the fireworks show. You see all that stuff going off. Dude, that drone is hunting. One second a mile, so 5, 6 miles out. Sash? It's not very far, dude. I mean, you know a goddamn rocket could easily go another 5, 6 miles and almost hit where they're at. Dangerous, dude. It's a dangerous job, dude. Sitting up there with a tactical helmet that ain't gonna do nothing for you. You know, a bottle of half hot water. Good. Yeah, Jester. Our fleet is there. Screen looks good. Nice. Yeah, so you can see that they're pretty close on that hillside. And those aren't small bombs. Those aren't Hellfire rockets. Those look to me like pretty sizable bombs. I mean, I don't know if they're bunker busters. I don't think it's a bunker buster, but that ain't no little baby. Oh, they're definitely not cruise missiles. I don't think they're 500-pounders. Probably 250-pound bombs, somewhere around there. Dropping a motorcycle-sized bomb, maybe. Well, motorcycle's closer to 500 pounds, I guess, but... Ugh, dude. They are pounding it over there. There's got to be something over there, you know, that they want. Well, a lot of people think it's, the drone sitting there marking, it's marking all the targets. And then the missiles are just shot by the jets, laser guided to the target. JDAMs, all that kind of stuff. I think it's 1,000 pounds, Greg? Mm-hmm. What's up, Vic? What was it, 3.5 tonners, Jorge? Woo! So you're dropping fucking 2 F-150s on top of them? Just the weight of the bomb is 2 F-150s. God damn. Yeah, bud. What I want to do is I want to go, now I'm going to only hang on for a little bit, and I want to try to go get that phone today, just to knock that out of the way, so I can have the phone and set that up, because I can do all that. And then when I see Jeremy here, hopefully in the next week or so, I'll have everything ready for him, and I already have the gimbal out, charged up, the app set, I have that. I just need him to hook on the counterbalance, help me balance it properly with the counterweight, and then put the light kit on. So that's what it is. And I don't want to put it on wrong and break it and then have to wait for the piece to come from fucking Amazon. So I just don't know how to do that stuff. Catherine and I already bought the gimbal and all that stuff. I'm just going to go get the phone. I pretty much have all of it, so we're good. Thank you. Washed up all the shirts. I didn't have none of the shirts. This is the only one I had left. I had to do all my shirts. That's the great thing about having so many fun shirts. You don't have to do laundry as much, You just have a cool shirt to wear every day. 10 kilos, 10 clicks. No, a click is a mile, right? Yeah, Hamas has drones too, though, Greg. They have a video they actually put out of when they were training them, and they wrote little messages on them, little religious messages on the wings of the drones, and then you see them shooting them and using them. Bro, they're getting pounded, Holmes. A kilo's a click. God damn. They are getting pounded. Shock and awe. What I said, you fuck with the bull, you get the horns. They have been happening every night, yes. I think this is day 4, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of lose count because I'm during the day, it's at night, it's like the time throws me off. And I'm not showing it constantly, Yes, the Uzi is Israeli. They got those guns that bend and shoot around corners. I forget what they're called. Literally has a screen so they can see around the corner, and they just put it around the corner, and they'll stand behind the corner and shoot you. That way, just bend the gun bends. It's fucking wild. Forget the name of it, but it's fucking wild. You can look at it. I know I'm pretty sure they devised that one. That's cheating? Well, again, it's smart. Smart thinking. Well, the Uzi it's very, it's hard to control, I would say, for, because of the high rate of fire and it's being so small. But, these Israeli soldiers, they seem to learn how to use it. So, corner shot, yeah. Thanks, Great White. Yeah, they were using DJI drones to drop grenades on the like the command posts on the fence, on the border fence. Like, they'd be sitting up there in those towers looking over the border, and they just drop the grenades. Boom! Blew holes in the fence. I'm telling you, it's all about drones nowadays. Really, that's what it is. Because, maybe 5-10 years ago when drones really came out, they were so expensive and only a few people made them. Nobody really wanted to get them. Now everybody knows about them. There's so many that are made. You can just buy them rather cheap now. So you got to figure these folks are probably buying them in the hundreds. Rigging them with stuff like that, like you said, with grenades that can drop and stuff like that. I mean, I saw the videos of them dropping grenades on soldiers. Literally right next to soldiers that were hiding behind cars and didn't realize there was a drone above their head. So now it's to the point where you have, and again, if the smaller the drone, the less the buzz, right? The gun is called corner shot? Oh, okay. Yeah, that shit's wild, dude. They're the ones who devised it. Am I wrong, Rory? Pretty sure they were the ones who made it. Yeah, the Israeli Special Forces are no joke. Dudes are tough. Yeah, Ukrainians using drones. It's the easier way, in a sense. They are, okay. They did make it? Okay, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, did they make the Desert Eagle, too? Bang! Bro, that jet sounds different. Is it me or does that jet sound different than the jets they were using yesterday? I don't know. You could hear the whistle, right? Was that the bomb going down? I'm wondering if that's the whistle of the ordnance. That's the arty? Dang, that's just the whistle of the fins of the bomb coming down. Wow. Sounds like artillery, you're saying? Just arty strikes now? And maybe the drone is up there, spotting for them. And then they're just pummeling them with artillery. Artillery whistles. So yeah, maybe that's it. I'm not hearing jets. Are you? I'm hearing the drone. I'm hearing that whistle. But I'm not hearing jets. There's a jet. Yeah, laser guided strikes. Yeah, dude. Dude. They are pelting them. Knocked all the power's already out too. Could you imagine trying to fight at night with no power? I mean, not that you'd want that fucking light on, because you're just gonna be like, hey, I'm over here, come kill me. But god damn. Someone was flying a drone over the neighborhood and my neighbor shot it down with a hose. He must have the best water pressure in the neighborhood. So it's funny. Sometimes you have a fucking terrible water pressure. It's like spitting is more. Then you have the other water pressure, the complete opposite, where you barely touch the shit and it's like like throwing your hand back. You barely turn on the sink and water shooting fucking everywhere. It's always one or the other. It's never nice and in between. Love it, huh? You love sitting with your buddy. Oh, baby. You're the sweetest kitty. Yes, you are. M712 is a 155 millimeter laser guided artillery shell. So you think that's what they're using, Sam? Drones are painting the targets. I don't hear too many jets, though. I think they're painting the targets for the artillery. Great news. How might pay for the item? Awesome. They paid for their item. It's always fun when people buy stuff and don't pay for it. Shit, yeah. Oof, I don't know. And there isn't video games. Like, you start glowing. Damn, but I don't know. I don't think so. I wouldn't think. I mean, because it's just a laser. It's marking a target. It's not attaching it to anything. It's not like there's a dart or something that comes out. It's, yeah. I mean, just think, they're doing this shit now. What is it going to be like in 10 more years? Like, I mean, at least you won't, like I said, you'll have a bunch of drone pilots. Those will be the most important folks on the battlefield. Those men and women flying those drones will be the ones that are doing the most havoc or causing the most havoc and damage on the battlefield, I would bet. I mean, right now they probably are. Fucking tanks are just sitting back. You know what I mean? At that point, you know, you'd rather lose drones because there's no people on them. Big deal. It's just more money for the taxpayers to pay. You know? That's not my drone. I don't give a shit. You know? That's the attitude. Send the tanks in and shit like that. You know, you got to send humans in. At least now. 10 years, there'll be tanks that are driven, you know, automated tank drivers and shit like that. So, I can see it. Reaper drones, that's it. 155 millimeter arty was before World War II. Jesus. Using that old stuff. Well, I guess it still kills, right? Until they can use the direct energy weapons that they have on their ships and stuff right now. That'll be definite in 10 years. Because they're using them on ships and stuff now. And they've already tried to attach them to like tanks and things. And I think that's really what they're going through now. So sooner or later it'll be just a laser fight. It'll be Star Wars, you know what I mean?
Impressive.
You know, shout out to Star Wars. Yeah, fucking rail guns. Things like that. LiDAR, yeah, LiDAR's been around for a long time. CHP uses LiDAR in their guns, their target guns. To catch speeders. It's all LiDAR. All right, let's get another bag going here before I get out of here. Let's see what it's like. Hold on. Hold on, mates. Somebody smoking weed back there.
Smoke.
Fool got the cookies.
Cookies.
Be funny if they were just back there smoking joints and shit. But if anything, they'd be smoking those spliffs and shit. Some tobacco mostly tobacco with just a little weed in it. Which is weird to me. But all right. All right. To each their own. Let's get this going. All right. All right, we're heating up. Do my best impression of Alexander from Duran. Who the fuck is Alexander from Duran? Do they smoke weed in Gaza? I ain't never been to Gaza. I don't think so. Most places that are Muslim don't really do that. No drugs. Usually those places are like drugs are punishable by death. But I think if anything, like I told you, it'd be more like smoking opium puppies. You know, they get from other countries. Or maybe hashish. So I think that's kind of what they do. What's up, killer? But again, I've never been there. I've never been to the Middle East. Nor do I really care to go. You know, in Afghanistan and all that, they're growing all those opium poppies. And hash too, right? So I'm assuming they probably get it, shipped there from there. I don't think they have too many fields out here of opium, but I could be wrong. Where there's a will, there's a way. And remember, they're right on the water, so all they have to do is grab it from another country and just ship it on in, roll it right into the shore. Ooh, I heard that one, Billy. I don't see it, but I heard it. Must be in another direction where he's not looking. All right, guys.
Smoke.
I know, it comes from an Afghanistan region called Kush. I know. There's plenty of pictures of guys in tanks pulling up next to random bud plants. Ooh, there it is. Man, that's pretty close, dude. That's 20 blocks from homie. I don't know. Maybe it's just the zoom. Looks like a casino over there where Stinks is at. Hold on, let me move Stinks for a second. It's like a casino. It looks like fucking Las Vegas over there. Fucking the Circus in the background or something. What is that? No, this is Gaza. Gaza City. On the Gaza Strip. I know what it is. I just said it looks like Vegas. It's all lit up. Hey, come get me right here. Oh, you gonna take my power, huh? Mm-hmm. I'll show you. Got plenty of power. Till the lights go out. Boom, boom. Out go the lights. I don't know if that was Pat Travers was thinking about, but, well, the drop would work here. Does kind of look like Vegas in the distance, you know? It's a lot of light. How do I find them? Special. It's magic. I'm Damon Copperfield. Oh, he missed that one because he turned the cam. Dang it. Let's see. All right, Beanie, I'll see you for the later 8 o'clock show. Yeah, I'm going to do another 10 minutes, then I'm out of here. That way I can go see what's going on with a phone and all that crap. Order it, because I know they can bring it here for $9 or whatever, though. Bro, they are artying the fuck out of them. Look at that stack right there. It's just on the left side, raising up. What's up, Abista? Or Ebsta? Yeah, they fuck with the hornet's nest, and hornets are mad. Gonna get stung now. Yes, Eb. They absolutely are. As you can hear the buzzing above you. Like I told you, that's no helicopter. That certainly is no propellered fucking plane. It's a loud, buzzing ass drone. As everybody says, they're just painting the targets for either the artillery or the jets. You know, we heard a lot of jets yesterday. It was the drones, then the jets. The drones and the jets. But here, I don't hear any jets. We just hear the artillery falling, I guess. Reaper drones. This is the false flag to start World War III. So you're saying it didn't happen? That was all propaganda. I don't think there's really any reason to have a helicopter up. What's the point? Drone's going to do anything the helicopter will, other than attack something. But I mean, the drones can do that too. So really, it could do everything the helicopter's doing without risking the life. And I would say, if anything, Hamas may have is definitely shoulder fire missiles. Helicopters are at low levels. They're not sitting up there like ducks. The higher they are, the more fucking sitting duck you are. Keep telling you want to be low. You want to use terrain as your pal. Those buildings are your friend. Jet. That's a jet. Yeah, I just heard that jet. Oh, nice. Joe's live. Juarez. Yeah, I'm only going to be on for like another 7 minutes and then I'm out of here. Just wanted to see what was going on. Right, Jester? That's what I'm saying. You know, map of the earth. Low. The lower you are, the better. You know, trying to duck down from thousands of feet with a hot engine behind you and a fucking, you know, heat-seeking missile on your ass. Good luck, homie. Yep, I'm on tonight at 8. I'm on tonight at 8, Dave. Don't worry. It's only to your benefit, Dave, anyways. So that way when we go out in a couple weeks with Jeremy again, we'll have a brand new phone with better camera and less battery issue. And the gimbal will be set up that we got and all the other goodies. So it's to your benefit. I promise. Yeah, the Reapers would fly high because it wouldn't matter, Eric. Let them shoot it down. I mean, think about it. It's not stealthy. I can hear it. Fucking a deaf person can hear it. It's fucking loud as can be. You can't hear that buzzing? I mean, come on. Come on. Any of them have it, Jay. Rooters, Independent, they all have this same scene. Just put Gaza Live, you'll find it. You think that one's flying low and that's why it's so loud? I mean, again, they can fly really high, right? And be less, less noticeable. You know. The Reaper drone is $32 million. It replaced the Predator drone. There you go, Stinky. There you go, Stanks. What's up, Steven? Yes, Fraz, that's the drones. Those aren't jets. You can hear the difference from a jet engine. Well, Stephen, we always do the city council meeting. And then again, now it's at night here. I just wanted to see what was going on here in Gaza City. Oh, it's coming around. It's getting closer. You notice we don't see any rockets even trying to be fired at that thing. You notice that, right? They completely control the air. Which is an automatic fucking win almost. I mean, but like I told you, if they really do what they say they're doing, they're gonna go into Gaza, on foot. It's gonna be bloody for both sides. It's gonna be a sad deal. There's gonna be a lot of lives lost on both sides. There's no way you're gonna go through an urban campaign like that and not have a lot of casualties. So, sad deal, man. I hope that doesn't happen. I really don't. Yep, I'm on tonight, Brian, at 8. 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Oh, they'll still gaslight you, Blue. Yeah, well, we saw a lot of them fleeing already. I mean, they probably stayed and said, okay, well, we'll see. And then all of a sudden, the bombing's just getting so close. At that point, it can be you at any point. Not to mention, the town clears out so much that like the markets and stuff close. So then how do you get food and shit? So it's almost like when a hurricane or a major disaster hits, it shuts the town down so much that if you didn't stock up, you're kind of fucked. Not to mention power might be out. I mean, as you can see, they said they're going to cut the power. I mean, obviously there's power, without a doubt. Doesn't mean not, maybe one block here, one block there. Who knows? Here comes the drone again. That's another thing with those drones. They probably stay up there for fucking hours without having to refuel. Just sitting up there buzzing around. That's the whole point, Dutch. That's what I'm saying. You're not risking any life. Why would you bring a helicopter out here, which is a piece of equipment that costs a whole lot of money and has quite a few lives on it? Even at the bare minimum, 1 or 2, right? It'd be senseless. Unless there was something in particular you needed to do that you weren't achieving with the drones and the jets. Too far for the tank to roll in or the RDs to get. There's times where you may need something, for that specific reason. But other than that, in this day and age, there's no reason. And I'm telling you, you look up the direct energy weapons they're already using. They're already on the ships, okay? They're on the Navy ships. So when they learn to condense that and put it into actual hand weapons and on a tank and things like that, there'll be no need for ammunition because it's just an endless stream of ammunition. No people to reload. It'd be Star Wars, like I said. You'd be shooting lasers all day. That's what it would be. For real. No joke. That's what you're going to hear instead of... Think about that. Never having to buy ammunition anymore. Endless supply of ammo. Almost any time you've ever seen any of these movies, most of them are reenactments. A lot of these times, the dudes like Black Hawk Down. Those SEALs, dude, they were, or the Rangers. Sorry, they think they were Army Rangers. They ran out of ammo. They were doing a great job fighting off the big ass group they had, but it was the loss of ammo that ended up having them being overtaken. Same in the one with Marcus Luttrell, I forget, Lone Survivor. A lot of them ended up fucking basically having to go into hand weapons and shit. How much ammo can you keep? You don't expect to get in a gunfight, and even if you have 10 mags on you, 10 mags goes pretty quick. It's a lot of ammunition to be carrying, especially when you don't normally ever use any. So, yeah. It's just, imagine having a weapon that, like I said, you never have to take a mag in and out. It's always loaded. It's always ready to go. Never runs out of bullets or anything. Not Latrell Spiro, Marcus Luttrell, sucker. Ever seen the movie Zulu? Like Shaka Zulu? Saw that a long time ago, but if it's not that movie, I don't know what you're talking about. Never heard of it. Drone submarines for maximum stealth. I know, we need sharks with frickin' lasers. That's what I'm saying. Sounds like a lawnmower. So I'm saying a loud ass one too. Loud ass John Deere. My neighbor's cutting his lawn at fucking 4 a.m. He's out there cutting the lawn. Michael Caine is Zulu? Yeah, never saw it. where a small number of white South Africans with guns defeated the Zulu tribe. Yeah, I never saw it. Never heard of it. But you got to remember, I don't see many movies. I still haven't seen the goddamn Matrix. You guys had to explain the whole red pill, blue pill to me. If you guys didn't do that, still to this day, I wouldn't know. So there's a lot of movies that I probably should see and haven't. Sounds like he's way higher up now. Like the drone's high up. Yeah, I haven't seen The Matrix, Bunny. I mean, there's probably 100 movies you can name right now. I'd never even heard of the Zulu movie that he was talking about. Never even heard of it. I'm sure it's probably a great movie, and I probably should see it. What was the last movie I saw? Shit. For like the first time, you mean? Like, or not watching the same movie twice? Gosh. It was actually pretty decent. It was Jake Gyllenhaal. It was a war movie, but it wasn't the one where he was the Marine. Not the first one. It was one of the newer movies. Where he was like in Iraq. And he was working with this interpreter. The Covenant. There you go. The Covenant. That's what I saw. It was a pretty good movie. It wasn't bad at all. That was the last movie that I saw that I hadn't seen, non-adult, a second time. So yeah, The Covenant wasn't bad. It was a pretty good movie because apparently it really happened, right? I saw Jarhead. Jarhead was all right, but it definitely is not Jarhead. It was The Covenant. And then the one before that I actually saw, which was kind of weird movie. It was a lame ending. Was The Wall. You know, about some, like special forces group that's out doing something, and then they're in a zone of a sniper, and they have to try to survive by themselves while the sniper's got them pinned down, and then the sniper's talking to them, and on the radio, he thinks he's talking to his, his base, and it's the sniper talking to him on the same frequency on his radio, and it's just him and going back and forth talking. Restrepo, yeah, that was a good documentary, but yeah, The Wall was I didn't really like the ending of it, but it was a weird. I guess apparently it was weird. It was real too, so I don't know. Be a weird situation like that. I've seen End of Watch. I have seen that. Last movie in a movie theater. Oh shit. The last Star Wars, whichever one that was horrible. With the last one they made. Well, which one was the last one they made? It wasn't Attack of the Clones. Which one was it? Which was the last Star Wars they made? That's probably the last thing I saw. Fast X? Definitely not for me. I ain't seeing. Not wasting my time. No Fast X. Wasting my time with that. All stinky. Uh-oh. Watch live. You got a chase? No. Authorities address explosion at Castaic Detention Center this morning. I'm good on that. Rise of Skywalker. Was it Rise of Skywalker? Yeah, okay, yeah, that was the last one. It was terrible. It was fucking Skywalker. It was fucking terrible. Nah, it wasn't Revenge of the Sith. I think they're right. Taylor's right. It's fucking Rise of Skywalker. It was terrible. Yeah, Matt, I'll be on at 8. Star Wars is dead to me too now, Katie. It really is terrible. Like I gave it a chance, and I even watched the stupid Han Solo movie, which was pretty fucking terrible too. Doing all this offshoot bullshit. You know, you thought, okay, well, I'm a Star Wars fan. We'll give it a chance. And yeah, I think George was smart to get the billies and walk out. He grabbed the bag and left because he knew it was headed. He knew it. So. Star Wars will never rise again. Ooh. Heard that. Lord of the Rings. I think I seen that's the Precious one, right? Where's the little guy Precious? Isn't that Lord of the Rings? If that's it, I've seen the first one, I guess. And I've seen one of the Hobbit movies too. Forget which one. Man, enough already with the watch live. I get it. You want me to watch live? I'm not watching live. Think Empire was the best? It was really good. Because I love the AT-AT scene and all that. AT-AT's really made that, if you ask me. But, Revenge of the Jedi was pretty... Or Return of the Jedi, rather. Return of the Jedi was really good, though. I love Jabba and... I think, the problem with Star Wars was in those last few films is, they didn't take any of the book of George Lucas when he created the evil, so to speak, characters like Vader. It took forever to see Vader's face. Now you had Kylo Ren with a pretty cool mask, a pretty cool fucking voice. Then all of a sudden he's taking his mask off 20 minutes into the movie, and now I gotta see what he looks like, and he doesn't look menacing at all. Nobody's scared of that dude. So they killed that. Again, then they, what's his name? Darth Maul. They created Darth Maul. Fantastic character. Fucking killed him off in a second. What are you doing? Those were the two, you created something good. People liked, it has to be the balance between evil and woke now. Morons. And they wonder why they were picketing up and down the street, begging for crumbs. Clowns. They actually think it isn't their piece of shit writing that got them on the sidewalk. They actually think that. Actually think they're good writers. They're not. There, look at him. He's the handsomest cat ever, I think. He's still technically alive, or is it one of the people that just look like him from his planet? I don't know, man. They kind of messed with Boba Fett a bit. I don't know. They just, to me, that was a big no-no, those two things, if you ask me. And then the whole, woke writing bullshit. It's just stupid. I don't know. It's just stupid. I mean, come on, man. One of the biggest characters in Return of the Jedi was fucking black. Was it ever about that? Look at Lando. Everybody loves Lando. Lando was on the top of the world then. Billy D was fucking on the top of the world. Billy D. Williams. So, I don't know, man. It is what it is. It's always got to be about race or color or gender or whatever. Boba Fett needs a dick. No, he doesn't. No. No one in Star Wars dies anymore. Where do they go? They did, What do you mean? What's Kylo kill Han? He shot Han. Han fell down the thing. You killing me? You kidding me? Kidding me, right? He shot his own Pop. Pop fell down that whole thing. And what do you think? Pop's down there just hanging out? Pop's dead. Oh, stinky. Oh, stinky Pat. Stinky Pat. That's what his name is. Oh, look at him giving kisses. Oh, he's giving kisses. Oh, wow. Oh, you're biting there? Bites then kisses? Ooh, bites and kisses. Ow, ow. Hurts when there's blood, so ow. Ah, stinks, you don't got a blood, so man. Ooh, 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 ooh. He likes when I do that too. I grab his paw and just go. Yeah, Star Wars just is poo-poo. Are they even trying to make another one? What up, Cassie? It's great to see you, Cass. How are you? Hope all is well with you. What up, Doordashian? The Doordashian's in the house. Yeah, let me re-hit this one more time and then I'm out. One more time. What you hated, mate? Let's see. Let me turn this off because he is gone now. He has left the building. Yeah, Rick, I'm going to go over, like I said, I go check out the new phones and probably just grab a new phone and we'll be on tonight at 8, yes. And then that way I can show you the phone. That way you guys know they got that. And then, like I said, I'm ready. That way everything's good. It's not a huffer bag there, or Kane. It would be a volcano bag. It's a bag of vape. Not even smoke in there. It's vapor. Rise of the Trans Jedi. Ah, shit, yeah. Fucking Boba Fett and fucking Greedo are dating. Greedo is the same thing like Darth, though, right? Isn't there like a planet of Greedos? Like they all look the same? Like he wasn't just like some character that just would look, strange all on his own. I think there's a whole bunch of them. Like Jar Jar, yeah, he was terrible. God damn. That might have been the single worst thing they ever did, Jar Jar Binks. Oh, here it comes. Oh, holy shit. Sheesh. Bro. What you doing over there, Stinky? Yeah, man, you can hear that fucking bomb flying in, whistling in. I don't know what he's doing over there. Weird. They might need an Iron Dome. Yeah, well, at this point they would. If they need one, Iran's gonna buy it for them. It'd be just our money. Our money for building their dome for them. Jar Jar was the one that just dropped that bomb. Old Jar Jar Binks. No, meat. Iron Dome is the Israeli defense system that they have when they shoot rockets into Israel. You know, it basically intercepts them. Does his best to shoot munitions in the air and kind of like, you know, blow up next to the rocket so it explodes the rocket. It's pretty weird to watch. Ingenious idea. Thing is Hamas has figured out how to kind of overwhelm it. So I'm guessing they just need more of them. They don't have enough of them. But now they've gotten a few rockets apparently as far as, you know, like into Jerusalem. And I'm sure if they get them, they try to get them to Tel Aviv and, you know, the bigger cities. I'm sure of it, because most of the people have, you know, that were here have gone up north, no matter what side they're on. You know, everybody's kind of evacuated the border is what I'm getting at. 90% success rate with the Iron Dome. Yeah, it's a lot better than nothing, right? So Israel is the U.S. though. Well, I mean, yes, they are our friends. It's convoluted, Dordashian. I mean, you got to remember, Hamas and Hezbollah are apparently funded by Iran. Iran's a country that we gave billions of dollars to, not just now, but 5 years, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, gave them $9 billion. Billion. And then we gave them billions more. So I don't know if they're taking that money and then giving it to these terrorists to fight with Israel. I mean, it's convoluted, man. You got a lot of ins and outs, as the dude would say.
This aggression will not stand, man.
You know what I mean?
I've got information, man. New shit has come to light.
Gas prices are low. Where you living, DoorDash? Not near your house, it ain't. Don't give me that. I know where you're at. It ain't cheap anywhere near here. It's pretty cheap there in Gaza. And I think in some Middle Eastern countries it's like free. Like they don't even charge them for petrol. Well, I'm sure it went down, but I'm sure if you're looking at the gas prices, I looked at them just yesterday, and in some parts in the valley, they were almost $8. $7.49 a gallon for diesel. $7.50 a gallon for diesel yesterday. It's up to Techterist, you know. So I guess it depends on where you're buying it. I know you have Gas Buddy and all that stuff, but again, you could also look at how far are you driving to get that gas sometimes, too. Sitting in a line of 300 people, Tron, to get your $5 a gallon gas, I'm good. I'll pay $1.50 more to not waste my time. Sure it is, Mary. Sure it is. Holy Holy shit! Holy fuck. Bro, the fireball. Bro, that fireball was 100 feet tall. Holy shit. You hear that? You don't look away. You know it's munitions inbound.
Get him, Stanky.
Yeah, that shit was wild. Whoa. Yeah, I need to get the Joey Lawrence drop. Whoa. Got something like that, I guess.
Holy Jesus. Holy Jesus. What is that?
Sergeant Hartman. Those are not Disney fireworks. Those are large bombs. Well, realistically, Dordashian, there's war crimes that were filmed on tape against innocent civilians that had nothing to do with the war. Nobody seems to care about that either, so what's the difference, right? I tell you this, a real warrior doesn't go and kill civilians like that. Real warrior will be on the battlefield going toe-to-toe, eye-to-eye with another warrior that's armed, in a tank, in a jet, on the ground. If you ask me. Okay, because again, when you get into that jet, that tank, that truck that takes you there, you understand what you're up against. And as soon as you pass that line, you know you're in the shit. Okay? And there ain't no coming back. And there's no promises that anybody comes back. Okay, but it's a whole nother when you're attacking innocent people like that. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, what about this bomb? This bomb might have took somebody out. Well, again, a lot of these folks had 4 days to leave, too. You know, I, again, not being in the military, living here, I would move away. I don't want to die. It's the real chance. But those are the chances you also take when you stay there. And again, it's quite a bit different when you have a country like Palestine that has a terrorist organization in power. Quite a bit different. Okay? When it's terrorist rule and law, it's quite a bit different than the other side that you're calling the bully. And again, you fuck with the bull, you get the horns. I don't go walking up to big ass dudes and slapping them across the face. I don't want to get my ass whooped. And I understand what you're saying. You know, it's more than that. And I know it's more than that. This has been going on for the longest of time. Okay? The last war, like we were saying, was what? 73, Yom Kippur. So nothing's going to change here. My opinion, your opinion is not going to change anything. And I was telling I was telling somebody this yesterday. What would change this is two things. It's really one, but it's two people. If you had one person on each side, a Palestinian and an Israeli, that everybody backed, and they really respected those folks and had them two get together and talk it out, and at least a ceasefire, something like that would then at least stop the killing of the innocent folks, like you said, and even the folks that are pushed into service that don't want to go. You think there's Russians that want to go fight in Ukraine? That don't want to be there? Of course, they're going to be killed if they're not. You get the fuck in that tank or you're dead anyways, homie. So you better hope to go over there and just come back. Otherwise, we'll just kill you and your family, probably. So again, and same here. Oh, you don't want to fight for us? This is your country. You don't want to fight for us? All right, take them out back. So I assure you, there's a lot of folks here that don't want to die. They're just fighting for their country. They're fighting to live for their little piece of land. I understand too, and my opinion is not going to change anything, and nor do I want it to. It is what it is. We'll all have our own opinions on it, but I'm just thinking the only thing that would change it is two respected people on each side to get together and cease fire. And then try to work it out then. But I mean, again, it won't. And everybody thinks it's just a fight over land, and it isn't. So, again, that's just my opinion. What's up, Leanne? You can hear it. I'm telling you, you're going to hear the bombs any moment now. Anytime you hear the buzzing, you know they're painting those targets. Absolutely. Southern, a lot of them just don't want... Dude, I mean, think about it. You're getting plucked out of nowhere. You have your normal life. You're playing video games, having friends, and all of a sudden they're telling you, put that uniform on and go fight for us. This is your country. And trust me, if you don't, you're going to be put in jail. You'll be ostracized, if not killed. You know? So it sucks, man. You know, but I do think we're closer to World War III than we ever have been. You know? Because like I said, this is a really mixed up situation. So, yeah, man. Sucky, huh, Stinky? And you know how war is. People are the pawns and they're the losers. Here we go. I hear multiple drones. That is absolutely right, Hoosier. And all they said was, oh man, this dude's going to get in here. It's going to be war right away. Fucking idiots. Just easily fooled morons. He is, Cass. He's so handsome. Oh, I was thinking, Cassie loves you. Yeah, Cass loves you. And your sisters, too. You guys have a whole bunch of beautiful sisters. You're pretty. And you're handsome. Yeah. It's not time to eat things. He's looking at me like, oh, you're going to feed me? No. They cut the power out? Really? They really did. They cut the power out, huh? Where did they cut the power out? Kidding me? It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I still see all those fucking lights on. It would be pitch black, right, Lippy? Yes. You think that's all solar power? That everyone right there, they do have a lot of panels. Think they're all LEDs? Most are. I don't know about those down there next to Stinks to the left. Little bright fluorescent ones for sure. Here we go. I wish Recon. 374 a gallon. I mean, that's high even for you guys. Sure, it wasn't that high, 4 years ago, 3-4 years. It wasn't that high. Well, that's what they said, Dylan. But again, we were looking down at even the coast, and there was. Remember, I was telling you, it looked like Las Vegas. There was that much light, and it wasn't little LEDs like this. There was a ton of light. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just to that portion of the strip. Don't know. I don't know. But there was an awful lot of light. Terry, I don't know. I mean, I couldn't tell you.
Hi, Stinky.
I love you. Good boy. Everybody loves you, Stinky. I'm moving to Detroit. It's 329. Shit. He is, Betty. He's a handsome boy.
Yeah, you're handsome. They all love you, Stinky.
Oh, here's Louie. Yeah. He's a sweet boy. Yes, he is very soft. I probably fill up once a month. That's it, sucker. But you know what I do, Crip Mac? That's an awful lot of energy. That's an awful lot of light for having no power, though. Just saying. Just saying, Las Vegas, homie. That's an awful lot of power to be having no power. But yeah. Yeah, he likes to clean himself, of course, as all cats do. He doesn't go outside either, so he's not getting in the mud. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll let him outside sometimes in the back, but, you know, that's for 10 minutes. He eats some grass. He comes back in. Feels like a real cat for a moment. You think that's outside of Gaza? Everyone's telling me, stupid, that's the strip. Well, we're in Gaza City. That's where this camera is situated. And I was assuming they're bombing the strip up there, which would be, you know, close to that mountain, that mountainous area that we were watching, that ridge. That's the word I'm looking for. The ridge. I hear that drone swinging around. Rockets hit Israel from Syria. Breaking news. Come on. Come on. Syria will get wiped off the map. And if that were true, or is true, like I said, then it'll have to be World War III. There's just no way. Can't allow them to get bombed by Syria as well. Syria has jets and shit like that. What the hell? The fuck was that? Fucking phone's tripping. That was odd. Oh, Sticks is over there. You can see him. You can see his tail. CJ, thank you so much. And he wants to eat. You know, he eats at 2:30, so he starts to get hungry right around now. And he bothers me. Oh, thanks, him. Was that you meowing? Meow. Huh? Meow. Meow. You hear him? Can you hear him? Hmm? Meow. Little baby. See, they've never heard you. That's the first time they've ever heard you meow. I say you only meow when you're hungry and you just want to eat. Yeah, it's not time. No, it's not time, Stinky. It's not time, Stinky. Oh, it's not time. You're always early. You're always early. Stinky. I love you, buddy. I love you. We'll get you some treats in a sec, okay? We'll get you some treats. Yeah, he's hungry. I give him a little treat or two just to kind of hold him off. That way he's not too hungry. You know, because he went from eating, that fatty food, which was the same amount of food. I gave him 2 of the little cans, one in the morning, 1 at night. So it's no different now. I'm giving him the same size cans. It's just, I don't know. He's hungry, man. He's a hungry boy. He's a hungry little boy. That ain't so little anymore. So. Rooters. You can find it on any of them, Braden. Rooters, The Sun. They all have the same shot up. They're all on the same top of the same building. I'm sure that one's been painted by the Reaper drone to not hit. All right, every building here, guys. It's game. This one. Coyotes. Yeah, we have a lot of coyotes here. Reuters, I don't know glaucoma. Don't watch it much, so I thought it was Reuters, but whatever. Maybe it's Reuters. Forgive my ignorance. Yeah, that's why I don't let him outside, because he'll get eaten. The rabbits get eaten here, so what do you think is going to happen to him? And they don't hunt by themselves. They're always 3-4 deep. So it's too dangerous for him to be outside. He'll die. I'm good, Jersey girl. How are you? About to hop off, actually. I got stuff to do, phone calls to make, and we got a show in 6 hours. We got a show. I got to feed Stinks. I got 37 cards to pack up. Got to go to the post office at 5:30. Busy day. Rabbits are disappeared. Yeah, because there's nothing for them to eat. So they come down here, but it's crazy is before it was like only at nighttime. Now it's like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. You'll see them walking down the street 3 deep. So you can't even leave your like little dogs outside and stuff. It's pretty crazy, man. Yeah, NHL starts tonight. Regular season starts tonight. We get to see the first game of Connor Bedard. It's gonna be interesting. And don't worry, as soon as the upper deck young guns come out with the Bedard and because it should be Bedard and Cooley in this, Logan Cooley of the Coyotes. Funny enough as it is, they should be. I don't know if they'll both be in the same series. Hopefully, in the first series, and we'll buy some boxes and we'll do a live rip, see if we can hit a Bedard young gun or a Cooley young gun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Let's go, Pens. Yeah, they play tonight, right? They play tonight against the Blackhawks, right? I think. Your dog chases you. Oh, Jet's coming. Yes, both Chicago and Pittsburgh score first period. Plus 154, 2,000 to win 30-80. I hope you win, Load and Silencer. That's a sizable bet. They just need a goal each in the first period. Sounds doable. First game of the season. Goalies aren't probably where they're not in mid-season form. Could easily see that. I haven't in a long time. I used to ditch high school Soul Star and go there. Back when they were at Marina City rink, before they had their own rink. And then one day I was sitting out there with my friend and a Jaguar pulls up. Some dude's like, "What are you guys doing out here?" "Well, we can't go in." We tell him. "Well, shouldn't you guys be in school?" "Yeah, but we did school to see the Kings." And he starts laughing. "All right, guys, come in with me." Like, all right. Don't even know who this dude is. So we walk in behind him. He's like, "You guys want to meet Wayne?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." Calls over Wayne Gretzky. Wayne hops off the ice, comes, starts talking to this dude like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And it was Rob Barnett. It was fucking Wayne Gretzky's agent. And shit, dude. We sat there and, I don't know, in 10 minutes, every player that's coming off is just throwing the sticks to us. "Here, you take the stick." Dave Taylor gave me a stick. Rudy gave me a stick. Danielle Berthiaume. We went home on the fucking bus with a whole bunch of hockey sticks. Like, what the fuck are these kids doing? Yeah, he was a very nice guy. It was a crazy time. Because, again, it's like, you know, back then, like, getting autographs, things like that, like, nobody did it. You know, and what, you know, nobody was selling all the shit on eBay and all that stuff. So, and no, we got an autographed puck and stuff. They gave us a puck that they were using, you know, practice puck. Signed it for us and stuff. Signed a card. We got I don't know, each of us got 6 sticks. And back then, you know, there were wood sticks. They weren't even like aluminum yet. They were barely using aluminum. Because I remember my friend and I went to go see the Blues practice. And they let us in, and fucking Brett Hull gave my friend a stick. I was so jealous, dude. I was like, fuck. Fucking Brett Hull, dude. At the height of Brett Hull. Fucking really nice Easton. Dang. Do I still have the sticks? Yeah, I do. They're in the other room. I have them hanging on the wall in the room, in my card room. Yeah. I mean, it was his agent. We didn't even know it was his fucking agent. Whoa. Sounded weird. No, I didn't get a Gretzky stick. The other guys were handing the sticks. I didn't get a Gretzky stick. We met him, got a couple autographs, got an autographed card, an autographed puck. And they're not worth that much. That stuff's worth, I don't know, a puck's probably $150, $200 for a Gretzky puck. You know what I mean? But that stuff to me means more because I got it. You know, it's almost like it reminds me of my childhood in a sense. I still have a box this big of so many baseball players and hockey players and stuff that we'd go meet. A few basketball too. Because back then, you know, when you went to the Marriott at LAX, that's where all the hockey players would stay when they played the Kings, because they'd play at the Forum then. And you had Lakers that were like Antonio Harvey, you remember that guy? You'd have players like him that didn't have a house here, probably had a 10, 20-day contract sometimes, so they wouldn't buy a place. They wouldn't buy a place, and then they'd stay at the hotel. They'd just stay at the Marriott. They'd live there, you know what I mean? And so you'd see them from time to time, some players here and there. Like I said, back then it was cool because you didn't have any autograph seekers then. Now, if you probably did that, you'd have 100 people to, you know, that want to fight you over, you know, pushing and shoving just to get one autograph. And then everybody thinks you're selling them. So they're just kind of mean about it. Yeah. Is your stomach growling? Could be his stomach growling on the roof. All right, I got to get out of here, guys. So it's definitely slowing down. But I'm going to be back. I'll be back in 6 hours and 22 minutes. I'm sorry, 6 hours and 12 minutes because Damon can't count. So 6 hours, 12 minutes. We'll be back with the timer on your phone. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you all for the likes, the love. The thumbs ups are free, and I enjoy every one of them. Thank you for all the donos, of course, as well. We're going to go use those right now and go get us a nice new phone. As soon as we do that, I'll show you guys the phone tonight. I may put up a post too, but whatever. So other than that, I guess that's it. And so on behalf of that guy and myself, we're out of here for now. See you later, guys.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, you guys.